So long as a sandstorm is raging on, I come at my opponents with full force. That was the motto of the Paldea Region's former champion and chairman of the Pokemon League, Sander. He was known for only using Pokemon that were unaffected by the harsh conditions of a sandstorm, and alongside his childhood friend Hassel, they constructed a Pokemon League to reflect that. Adored and revered by everybody in Paldea, it came as a great shock when suddenly, one day, he vanished and was never seen again. He left behind his wife and a young daughter, and to this day, nobody has been able to uncover even a trace of him. Unbeknownst to the Paldea region, there is far more to his disappearance than meets the eye. This is Sahara, the young daughter Sander left behind. She doesn't remember a lot about her father, but knows the shoes she is expected to fill are great. It's strange, she still feels like he's right by her side, like his dreams are meant to live on through her, which has convinced her to follow in his footsteps, and maybe she'll be able to uncover the truth behind what really happened to him. And to do that, she needs to meet some Pokemon, fitting for a Sandstorm trainer. Both Sahara and Bombina don't realize just yet how rare of an occurrence their meeting actually is. For Bombina, having a human reach out to her when she has lived a life of solitude came as a shock. She has always wanted a place to call home, but was too afraid to make it happen. And for Sahara, fresh on her journey, she found the perfect starting companion, one who has honed her skills for many years, and one ready to obtain glory. Vecna was given the name the Magician by her friends and family, as she is the most creative user of poison in the South Province. However, while she is extremely crafty, she never quite feels like she's as good as others say she is. In her mind, she isn't actually anything special, and sees much greater prowess in others close to her. Despite this voice inside telling her that she isn't good enough, her heart is imbued with a passion like no other, and Sahara hopes to build her up. While she doesn't have the ability to actually summon a sandstorm just yet, she has gathered together a group of new friends, ready for her very first battle as a team. Time for our very first battle as a sandstorm trainer. Although we can't actually summon one just yet, versus our rival Nemona. First up, Sprigatito. I'm gonna use Vecna, our Wooper, who, honestly, is just perfect for this fight. By picking Fuecoco, she has a Sprigatito, which, normally would be good against ground types. Not this ground type. Oh, Bite could be a little concerning. Okay, that did more damage than I thought. With the flinch chance, it's a concern, for sure. Oh my god! Thankfully, I have an Oranberry. What? That's a lot of damage. Please? Oh, you've got to be kidding me! Alright, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go for it again. Okay, good thing I didn't switch. Poison Tail, Vecna! Well, yes, I do die to a critical hit. But the rest of my team dies as well. So, not you, but you would just get outspent. So, I need to just Poison Tail. Oh, please don't. Thank you, Vecna. Alright, Poison Tail. And that's it for Sprigatito. Okay, you got me. Didn't think this fight would be any threat whatsoever. And next up is Pawmi, which, thankfully, I know doesn't have anything that can hurt Vecna. So this fight is over. Pawmi only has an electric type attack. And thankfully for me, I'm part ground type, and I have Mud Shot. 2 flinches in a row and avoiding Poison Point. Nemona, you really gave it your all. And for that, I'm glad to have gone up against you here. With her first of many battles under her belt, Sahara visits the capital city of Paldea, Mesagoza. Here, Nemona introduces Sahara to the Gym Challenge, home of some of the region's most decorated trainers, who are all very familiar with Sander. She meets a boy named Arvin and a girl named Penny, who both want her help defeating strong Pokemon and trainers. And with all of these new avenues to help hone her skills, she's gonna need plenty of help. And that starts by rounding out her team. Judge's kin has quite the reputation. Most of her close family have even gone to Area Zero for dedicated training. Because of this, she has cared for herself for most of her life. She's the judge, Jury, and Executioner, and doesn't hold anything back. She hits as hard as a shotgun, and is not afraid of anything. If Sahara needs to fight ghosts, Judge is ready to fire. Meet the strategic queen, Gambit. She is constantly being borrowed for attention in the southern province. Many of the Pokemon found there ask her for advice on everyday situations, and many frequently seek her guidance for more serious problems as well. She tries to not let the attention go to her head, and would honestly prefer not being bothered all the time. She can tell Sahara seems to be a pretty strategic mind in her own right, which feels good to rely on someone other than herself. Akin to a lioness, she is quite agile and nimble, most likely caused by consistently thrashing about, flailing her hammer around. Give her the order and she will kill. She will beat them to death with hammers. Kate is actually quite lovely, just don't become the target of her order to kill. Despite hailing from the southern province, she has always been drawn to the north. Perhaps Sahara's journey will take her to the northernmost ends of Paldea. With a full team assembled for the very first time, and the ability to summon a Sandstorm acquired, Sahara visits the beautiful land of Kitakami, meeting quite the disparate pair of siblings, Carmine and Kieran, who Sahara has a feeling she will be having to battle a lot. Time for our first battle against Pokemon Trainer Carmine, here in Mossweet Town on Kitakami. First up is Poochyena. Alright, let's do it, Judge! This is also my first fight that I'm able to have the Sandstorm TM, meaning I'm not allowed to attack unless a Sandstorm is raging on. But I can use status moves, and I'm worried this Poochyena has Bite. As we saw in the previous fight with Nemona, I would really rather it not come down to that. I'm just gonna hit Sandstorm. Okay, it's using House. Perfect. I'm glad I didn't click Rock Polish. Could have been pretty bad because I need to get this Poochyena off the field immediately. And I can't do that until the Sandstorm starts to rage. So it's been kicked up. I can attack. For 5 turns. I didn't even consider that angle. Oh, crap. I didn't even consider that as a possibility. That's something I had to deal with. Well, it's had its attack boosted. I would rather not deal with that. Judge, come on back. I need Kate to take this Poochyena out of here. Alright, I mean, I can't imagine it can do much to Kate, but it's going to continue to raise its attack. Obviously, that's scary, but Tink-a-Tink, very cool. Immune to Sandstorm, in its current state, which is great. I could Baby Doll Eyes to lower its attack. I'm just gonna hit Draining Kiss. And I'm faster than it. It's really good to see, and Draining Kiss is not enough to take it out. And here comes Bite. God. Okay, that's... Okay, yeah. I mean, would it be my playthrough if, like, we don't consistently get unlucky? I don't die here, even if we're speed tied, unless it crits again. And I don't know if lightning will strike twice for me. And that's it for Poochyena. Alright. Phenomenal. I think she has a Vulpix and a Poltergeist. So, I'm banking on seeing Vulpix next. It is! Perfect! Come on back, Kate. We're sending our Arnackley back out. Judge, hit the field. Disable. Okay, perfect. I got a free switch. It's gonna use Ember. That barely did anything. Beautiful. I don't think I can be burned thanks to Purifying Salt, and the Sandstorm will start to rage again. Spite's interesting. Obviously, that's gonna lower the power points of Sandstorm, which is not ideal. Hit it with a Mud Shot. Okay, now it's using Ember. It's fine. It'll hardly do anything. We resist. We've got the Spadef boost from the Sandstorm, and now I'm faster than it. I'm completely safe. There's nothing that can happen to me in this current state. Judge is safe against Vulpix in every way. So it disables Rock Polish. It's fine. I didn't want it to disable Sandstorm because that can wear off. I could switch. But yeah, the Sandstorm's gone. So now I'll be able to put it up one last time, and hopefully this one will last long enough to finish Carmine off. Judge, Smackdown. Perfect. And that's it for Vulpix. And in comes her ace, Poltergeist. Alright, Judge. Thank you for summoning the sand for us. You're done here. Let's go for it, Gambit. I'm hoping it's just going to use a Grass-type attack. Yeah, Mega Drain. Perfect. I'm not concerned about Mega Drain. It shouldn't do a whole lot. Okay. First of all, I was like, okay, that's crazy. And then, you know, yeah, makes sense. A critical hit. I guess in this case, there's no better place to use my Terra. All right, let's terrestrialize, Gambit. I'm only allowed to terrestrialize so long as it doesn't remove the Sandstorm immunity. However, that immunity, Gambit does not have yet. Aerial Ace, Gambit. And that's it for our first fight against Pokemon Trainer Carmine. Here comes Carmine's little brother Kieran, the first of many battles with him. Alright, Judge. I will be getting used to saying alright, Judge, as well, because currently, you're the only one I've got that can summon a Sandstorm. So, you're gonna be the lead for a little bit, pal. I didn't, I'll be honest, didn't think about that too much, but good thing Nacli is pretty tanky, I'd say, for right now anyways. Okay, now that the Sandstorm is raging on, I can attack the Sentret. And you know what? Why not just do it with Judge? I know it used Defense Curl, but I mean, what's it gonna do to me, right? And I need to have Judge out quite a bit because I highly doubt that Kieran's got a Pokemon with Spite. You know what? Yeah, let's just commit. let's terrestrialize Judge here and get a little bit of extra damage out. This with the Sandstorm. If this like hints at all towards his other Pokemon, I feel all right. But he's supposed to be bad at the beginning. I'm sorry, Kieran, but you just don't have what it takes for my sandy fellas. Holy shit! Okay, listen. Listen. I was talking out. I was talking. Here, listen. No, it was a crit. It's fine. It's fine. It wouldn't be a major battle in this playthrough if the enemy didn't crit me at least once, right? That's it, Kieran. With a couple of victories under her belt, Sahara has gained some confidence in her battling abilities and in her new team. And like Nemona said, what better way to put that confidence to the test than by taking on her very first gym challenge in Cortando City. It's time for our first gym challenge versus Katie, the Bug-type master of the Cortando City Gym. And first up is gonna be her Nimble. And for me, Katie, how about you meet Kate, my Think-a-Tank? I'm pretty certain this Nimble has the move Double Kick. And I don't know how much that'll do to Judge, probably not a lot, but I want to start the fight off as safe as possible. I may be unable to use physical or special moves outside of a Sandstorm, but I am allowed to use status moves, just like Baby Doll Eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and set up some Stealth Rocks. She's the Bug-type gym leader after all. Might be useful for her future Pokemon. And unluckily for me, it won't do super effective damage to her Ace, as we will see here in a moment, but that's fine. Double Kick's still dealing a decent amount of damage. I'm gonna click Baby Doll Eyes one more time. Because it's neutral to Kate, but it's not neutral to Judge. So, any critical hits could cause quite the issue for Judge. And that's all Kate can do here. So, now it's time for Kate to come back. And now it's time for Judge to hit the field. And, okay, that is honestly doing more damage than I thought it would, even with the Baby Doll Eyes. I don't like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go ahead and set up a Sandstorm. Struggle Bug. Wow, that actually does more. That's surprising. All right, it won't anymore, though, now that the Sandstorm is raging on. But I wonder if Katie knows that. We'll find out, right? Well, let's find out if Katie is well-versed with the Sands. I'm not really sure who I want to terrestrialize in this fight. So, I'm just gonna use Smackdown. Yeah, Katie does not know that Struggle Bug is weakened here, and it's lowering my special attack, which isn't a problem, and Judge is going to go ahead and eat that Citrus Berry I prepared for her for this fight. And that will not heal too much, but it'll help taking out this Nimble at least. I'm actually going to use Rock Polish. The reason for that is I'm going to need Judge at some point to set up the Sandstorm again in this fight. And I'll want to be able to get it off for starters, but I knew Nimble was going to go down to the Sandstorm anyways. Perfect. And next up is her Tarantula. Oh yeah, the Stealth Rocks, let's go. Because I'm going to be using Judge so much during this fight, I'm going to Terrestrialize Judge right here and now. Let's hope that Rock Polish was enough to outspeed Tarantula. I'm not certain that it will be enough for her ace, but if I can get Tarantula off the field immediately, that'll make things a lot easier going forward. Smackdown, Judge! Now, I'm pretty certain this will be enough. Let's go, Judge! Alright, the Sandstorm should still have another turn. Can you do the same thing to her ace? I would really like to not have to reset the Sandstorm, because next up is her ace. It's Teddiursa. That Teddiursa might not be a bug type right now, but I know Katie, and I know exactly what she's gonna do next. The question is my Terra Smackdown enough to one-shot this Teddiursa? Because if not, we might have a problem on our hands. Smackdown, Judge! It isn't! And this is the final turn of the Sandstorm! Oh! Oh! That did way more damage than I thought it would. Okay. Think. Yeah, no, this is not good. So we see the problem here. For me to attack this Teddiursa, I am required to summon the Sandstorm. I don't think I have a way out. I have one way out! Almost immediately recognizable. This is one crafty little Bonsly. Known as the South Province Copycat, this guy loves to take after others and learn their fighting style. Sahara saw that strong potential and knew she could use a feisty little fella like him. Appropriately named Dissident, it will take some work, but with proper protocol in place, she is confident he will be the perfect fit. But the question is, can Dissident even live long enough to get it off? Copycat is a valid way out of this without having to sacrifice Judge's life. You know what? That's the type of player I am. I will not just let Judge die. I'm gonna take every avenue that I possibly can. Judge, this could be a really big mistake, but I need you to come back. Let's do it, Dissident! I was afraid that would hit. It's gonna deal a lot of damage. Okay, it didn't do as much as I thought. This could be good. Dissident, protect! That will stop the chain of Fury Cutter. What's it gonna use? Fury Cutter again. Okay. I don't know that Fury Cutter will deal enough damage in its current state. But I'm not allowed to use Rock Blast. I have to use Copycat. I can't believe it's come down to this. Fury Cutter. Oh, God. Copycat, Dissident. Fury Cutter. Yeah, let's go. Holy crap. Judge lives to see another day. Having narrowly received her first gym badge, Sahara has quickly realized she's gonna need some more Sandstorm users, and she has her eye on a couple in the land of Kitakami. Fish can roll, baby, and he sure can't get enough of it. He was given the moniker the Rolling Guitarist due to the sounds he makes while rolling around. using the vibrations through his blubber. It creates a warm melody like you would hear gathered around a campfire. Sources say Fish used to be a police officer, believe it or not, but the Pokemon of Kitakami didn't really take him very seriously. His rolling is so elegant that when he rolls through the water, he flows naturally through, just like a fish. The citizens of Kitakami have said if you visit the Reveler's Road at exactly 11:11 p.m. the following morning, the Chosen One would receive the blessing of the moon. Sahara didn't feel like she had received any special blessing, instead just meeting a cute little Riolu named Lilith. Little did Sahara know in this moment, Lilith was the blessing of the moon, and this blessing of the moon might just be what Sahara needs to achieve worldwide renown. And while she's there, she may as well take him out for a little spin against her new friend Kieran. Kieran is back for round number 2 here in the dreaded den on Kitakami. And first up is a new addition to his team, it's Poliwag. And let's go, Fish, let's roll. I'm not sure if Fish can beat Poliwag 1v1, but that's why I brought our Toad School Scutlix in the back, just in case. I guess let's hit it with a Stomping Tantrum. And it's just spamming Haze, which is odd. It tells me maybe he doesn't have any moves to hit us with. It might just be water attacks. Which, you know, I would like to think Kieran would be smart enough to switch out in that case. But I'll take it. Yeah, I don't think he has anything to do to Fish, which is perfect for us. Let's hit it with a Stomping Tantrum. And that's it for Poliwag, which is really helpful. I do have a Lucario. Lilith is here, and Dig! It can! But thankfully, you know, Kieran's like, oh, I have Dig. Well, I have Detect, so there's nothing that you can do to Lilith after all. That's unfortunate. He's trying his best. I'm glad I had the foresight of teaching Detect. I saw it in the moves that Lilith could remember after evolving and went, yeah, why not? I mean, that works great with Aura Sphere. And Defense Curl does not work great with Aura Sphere. It's not gonna do anything. I have a Lucario, Kieran. I apologize. And next up is Yanma. And yeah, I'm just gonna use Flash Cannon. Yeah, no, that's fine. Flash Cannon, Lilith. Yeah, that's scary. The high crit rate does concern me, but we take it just fine. And Flash Cannon will finish Kieran off. Upon returning to Paldea to look into some rumors regarding a Titan Pokemon found near Artisan City, she met a Pokemon that seemed perfect for the job. Garpad, simply put, is a fighter. She loves to drink, and she loves to fight. Unfortunately, she tends to practice both at the same time. This has caused her to develop quite strong tenacity. She can run into a wall over and over again for hours, so long as she stays hydrated. She has had poor luck when it comes to making friends, though, which has contributed to the poor decision making. Can Sahara lift her up and give her a good home? I have been spotted. Yeah, it's Cloth. Time for our first encounter with a Titan Pokemon. Here in the South Province Area 3, the Stony Cliff Titan Cloth. And I'm using my new catch in Mudbray, Garbad, for this fight. Now, there are a lot of things I'm concerned about when it comes to this thing. First of all, I do have to summon a Sandstorm. And it is a rock type, meaning it's getting a special defense boost, which, you know, might be helping it more than it's helping me. Not that I'm using special moves on Mudbray here, but my other concern is I know Cloth gets the move Block. I can't teach Sandstorm to our Lucario Lilith, meaning I have to summon the Sand with Garbad here, or Fish, but I feel like if one of these two had to get locked into this fight, Garbad's the one that could take it on. So, thankfully we do have Stamina, and Protect, and the Leftovers, and Iron Defense, and we're like really in a good spot if we get blocked in. outside of critical hits. So, let's summon the Sandstorm. It did use block! Oh, shoot! That's less than ideal for sure, but we get the Sandstorm up at least. Not that anything changes for Cloth in that case, it just allows me to attack. And since I have been locked in, I'm gonna Terrestrialize Garbad. Alright, please don't lower my defense. Good, it's gonna raise it instead with stamina. And we Terrestrialize with a nice Bulldoze. But how much will it do? Because they've got good defense. Oh, wow, that did way more than I thought it would. Hello, Garbad. Oh, yeah, Anger Shell. I forgot. Oh, that's a little concerning. That did a lot of damage, though. I'm actually fairly impressed. I didn't think Bulldoze would do anywhere near that much. And we'll get a little recovery with the leftovers. And since the Sandstorm's got plenty of turns left, I am going to go ahead and protect to get a little bit more healing. While it didn't lower my defense and I did get a boost, it also got a boost last turn. So with a critical hit, I don't know how much damage I'll actually take from it. So I want to be really safe and get a little bit more recovery with leftovers before taking it out with another Bulldoze. Now, I did lower its speed, but does that make me fast enough? No, it doesn't. All right, it's going to Vice Grip, which I'm not concerned about. Vice Grip, it'll give me another defense boost, but none of that matters because the first phase of this Cliff Titan is finished. We're back, Cloth. Cloth is super powered up. Not the same as we fought him once before. And neither are we, because I had the foresight in thinking, we're going to have a Shelter on our side of the field. I don't want to use Bulldoze, so I went and got Stomping Tantrum instead. Alright, Garbad! Summon the Sandstorm! Alright, we are now able to attack. It doesn't affect Arven, he can do whatever he wants, like use Leer, which is actually pretty helpful for us. That'll be great for our Stomping Tantrum, which I believe is what I'm going to use next. I mean, I didn't get blocked. You're right. I could switch to Lilith, but after seeing how Garbad performed in the last battle with Cloth, I feel pretty safe. I don't think it can one-shot me, even with a critical hit. I'm gonna go ahead and Terrestrialize Garbad and use Stomping Tantrum on Cloth. Wow. That's insane. I know it's -2 defense, but great work, Garbad. That was incredible. And just like last time, I am in fact going to use Protect, and maybe Shelter will just finish this fight off for us. Nice work, Arven. Shelob never actually wanted to be the Titan of the South Province. She just has an unsatiable appetite, which caused her to grow so incredibly strong. She does love to paddle, however. She just likes making friends and playing with people and Pokemon far more. Now that she has been defeated, she wouldn't mind going on a journey of her own, as long as she gets to battle with Arven again one day soon. With Shelob both defeated and captured, Sahara heads to Artisan City, home of her second gym challenge, with a rather eccentric man, and she has an eccentric Pokemon. The people of Kitakami have taken many pictures of Skutlix, but they all turn out the same, quite blurry and hard to make out. Children of Mossui Town have even begun spreading rumors that an alien is lurking at night on the Revelers Road. It's almost like a ghost. Nobody has been able to get a clear picture of it. This has turned Skutlix into quite the prankster. Hoping to find new victims, he's ready to journey with Sahara to Paldea. It's time for our second gym challenge versus Brassius, the grass-type gym leader, here in Artisan City. And first up is his Patilio. And for me, I'm sending out a grass type of my own in Skutlix. Our Toad's cool. So, Skutlix has some interesting tools. Jack of all trades, master of none, if you will. I need you to stand strong against this Patilio and get up a light screen for me, which will last for 8 turns, thanks to our light clay. And I'm gonna throw down a layer of spikes. You know, after the Mycelium Might makes it so I can, but I don't know how far to push this, but 1 layer is not good enough for me. I want more than that. I'm going to throw down another layer of spikes. Yeah, I should be fine. Like, even a crit, it's dealing so little to me right now. I feel safe in getting the third and final layer down. Sure. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Even a crit Mega Drain wouldn't kill me next turn, and my only concern is how long the light screen will last, but I don't really need it outside of, you know, just making so Skutlix can take more hits to get down the spikes. We still got 4 turns of the light screen. Now, I'm gonna have Skutlix use Taunt. After the Mycelium Might, of course, but it will no longer be able to use status moves, and I'm done using status moves as well. Hit the field, Vecna. It's been a little while since I've used you in a major battle, and I've got the Smooth Rock equipped. Let's do what our namesake does best, and summon a Sandstorm. Alright, thanks, Vecna. Come on back. Let's go, Lilith. The path has been paved. The ground has been laid. I guess you could say the trail has been blazed. Lilith, it's all on you now. Poison Jab. Yeah, good work. Nice. Okay, I was worried that wouldn't do it for some reason, and I would get put to sleep. The little tiny bit of damage that Patilil did with Mega Drain will be all but undone with Drain Punch. Now, those two were small fry. You might have been like, why are you worried? Because of this. I love Sudowoodo, one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. They're pretty strong. I hope it doesn't have a fighting type attack. So, as we know, Sudowoodo has a lot of defense. This is not going to be enough, barring a crit. Poison Jab, Lilith. Yeah, not even close. Yeah, he's got nothing on Lilith. I was worried for nothing. I did overcook, but it's better to be safe than sorry. And even with that speed boost, honey, you're not outspeeding me. I've got Lucario. I mean, it's not my fault. It's just one of the few Pokemon that don't take damage from Sandstorm at this point. Lucario might be powerful now, but things will catch up to her soon enough. Distracted by her shiny new gym badge, Sahara wanders a bit too far outside of Artisan City. Oh, whoa, that's a shiny Teddiursa. It's almost like Jean and Sahara were fated to meet that day in the Eastern Province. Jean is always out looking for a fight, and Sahara was pressing her luck, going where she probably shouldn't have yet. There is zero reason the day should have gone the way that it did, but they both seem satisfied with the outcome. She may be too strong for Sahara to train now, but give it some time, and these two are sure to find prestige. Arya was born over 1,000 years ago. Up until recently, she had been left in a state of stasis, frozen solid with no memory of her previous life. All she has is a shiny black stone, unlike anything anyone in Paldea had seen before. Sahara was the first human she has seen since thawing from the ice. This has caused her to become quite attached to Sahara, ready to serve her until her dying breath. Tonight is the night of Kitakami's Festival of Masks. And after Gambit evolves into Corvusquire, Sahara meets up with Carmine and Kieran. But Carmine is more interested in something else. It's time for our next battle against Pokemon Trainer Carmine here in Mosswee Town. And she is prepared for the festival with a brand new addition to her team in Morpeko. Let's go, Garbad, who has been a great lead for us so far. I didn't anticipate Mudbray being our Sandstorm setter so early on, but Stamina is just really helpful against these Pokemon, especially Morpeko being an electric type. So not only can I set the sand, I can also take it out when I'm ready, and this Sandstorm's gonna last for 8 turns. So from here, I mean, I would be pretty impressed if Garbad could take out Morpeko in a single shot. I do have Bulldoze, which if I'm uncomfortable about one-shotting it, it might let me outspeed the next turn, but I'm confident in Garbad. We're gonna set Stomping Tantrum right through this Morpeko. And that bite did a good amount, but I think I would live a crit next turn, so it's not gonna matter anyways. Let's go, Garbad. Hopefully the Stomping Tantrum was the difference. I would be a bit foolish to fight Swadloon with Garbad. Instead, I've got Lilith all ready to go right in the back once again. I know Lilith has been getting a lot of time in the sand, but I think her time is gonna start running out a little bit. Just not permanently, I hope. Alright, Lilith. Poison jab. And that should be it as well. Not quite. You know what? That's fine. Sticky web. That sucks, definitely. It's nice to not take any more damage, but Sticky Web will make so all of my Pokemon in the back, except for Arya, will have their speed lowered on switch in, which, not ideal, but that's it for Swadloon. Poison Jab. And Mightyana's up next. So this is why I wanted Lilith to be on the field. As you can see, I did teach Aura Sphere back, because this Mightyana has Intimidate, and I would rather not use Drain Punch on it after having my attack lowered. And her vital Pokemon is her ace. It's Poltergeist. I'm just gonna use Poison Jab. Oh, right, it's part Ghost type. I'm stupid. Uh-oh, I might not have a choice now. Yeah, that's fine. The Stun Spore's concerning. I did teach Dark Pulse for this thing. I made a mistake. I taught Dark Pulse specifically for this. I'm a fool. I need to hit through paralysis. Come on, Lilith. Dark Pulse. All right. Never punished. And that's it for Carmine. Back in Paldea, Fish evolves into Quagsire, and Sahara approaches her second Titan battle with a very cool new friend. Iron Horse's life has been turned upside down. He was used by his former trainer, caught only to smuggle illegal substances from Galar to Paldea. Ripped from his home and abandoned with a past and nickname unknown to those in Paldea, he has had to start completely from scratch. Despite this, he has an iron will like no other, and it hits like a train at full speed, making for a valuable asset to any trainer worthy. It's time for our second Titan Pokemon, the Open Sky Titan Bombardier, here in West Province Area 1. And I'm using my favorite Pokemon of all time, Iron Horse, our newly caught Stonejourner. And I have to summon a Sandstorm, and he's capable. Alright, wing attack. Didn't do much at all to our Iron Horse. Sandstorm, buddy! And since I gave Iron Horse the loaded dice, we will have a very powerful Rock Blast. Rock Throw from it. The critical hit sucks for sure. Rock Blast, Iron Horse. 1, 2, 3, and 4 is guaranteed with the loaded dice. That's it for the first phase. Oh crap! I think it puts us into the second phase immediately. Does it heal Mr. Iron Horse? Or am I lucky that I have a Stonejourner? I'm lucky I have a Stonejourner. Okay. I mean, Dissident could have also done that. Just the same. I wanted to do it with Dissident originally, and I was like, wait a minute. A Stonejourner fits our level limit, and I love him. Yeah, go for it again, buddy. Summon a Sandstorm. And because Arven has a Knackley, it'll help Knackley out as well, which is great. I'm pretty sure I don't need to do this, but I want to. Rock Blast! 1, 2, and 3 is all it takes. See you later, Bombardier. Something strange happened to Arya overnight. And Sahara met someone strange as well. He wants to help her during her takedown of some student-run bases, with another new catch from Kitakami. The Pokemon of the Paradise Barrens are all familiar with one specific name, and that's Uluru. If anyone ever needs somebody to rely on, that is the first name to be shouted. She has been given the title Unwavering Loyalty. When it comes to battle, she hits like a big truck. She knows her strength and how great of an asset she can be. Because of this, she has always secretly dreamed of leaving Kitakami, aiming for greatness. time for our first boss of Team Star. In the second squad's base, Giacomo, the Dark-type leader of Team Star. And first up is Pawniard. And for me, it's our newly caught Gliscor Uluru. I hardly remember how any of this works. I was terrified that I would get experience from the 30 Pokemon you had to knock out before this, but thankfully it doesn't seem like I did. And Uluru has Sandstorm. We have a lot of Pokemon that have Sandstorm now, thankfully, and I want her to go ahead and kick us off. So that's going to last for 8 turns thanks to the Smooth Rock, and I hopefully don't need all of those, but I have no idea how I'm going to deal with the car that this guy's riding on. Now, I'm going to go ahead, since it didn't do too much to me, I'm going to use Fury Cutter. I thought I would be able to two-shot it. That's unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, no, change of plans. Bulldoze Uluru. Yeah, okay, Pawniard's out of here. I was a little bit above my pay grade there. And this Revavroom is not immune to Sandstorm like normal ones are. It's a Dark type, and it has Intimidate. But Uluru has Hyper Cutter, which means that's not going to do anything. But I am pretty concerned how much damage this is going to do to me. I'll be real. I can't Terrestrialize Uluru because it's not a ground type. It's a flying type. And that would make Uluru take damage from Sandstorm, which, you know, we're not allowed to do that. So I'm just going to use Fury Cutter, and hopefully it doesn't deal too much damage. Yeah, that's scary. Lowers my special attack, which doesn't matter. And Fury Cutter, while weak, will still deal a decent amount, I hope. Yeah, it's not too much. Yeah. Uluru is here for Sandstorm and taking out Pawniard. Let's go, Lilith. Wicked Torque. Yeah, this is the move. It didn't do very much damage, and it didn't put me to sleep, thankfully. Okay. I have 4 turns to work with. I guess it's faster than me, so it could Snarl. I'm going to start with a Humble Drain Punch. And it's going for Wicked Torque again. Okay, good. Drain Punch. That's a nice amount of damage. Okay, I was worried this thing would be way tankier than I could deal with. I just need to make sure it goes down before the sand does. Metal sound. Yikes. Okay, I'm not a big fan of that. I do resist Snarl, but I don't know what its other move might be. I just find it really hard to believe, even being -2, that it would one-shot me with anything. I find that extremely hard to believe. I'm going to use Strain Punch, and it's just going to continue with Wicked Torque, which is a physical move. It did not put me to sleep, and Drain Punch will finish this fight off. Judge soon after evolves into Knucklestack as Sahara reaches Levincia City, home of her 3rd gym challenge, but Nemona wants to make sure she's ready. Before we can take on our 3rd gym challenge here in Levincia, we have to face Nemona for the 2nd time. And first up is her Rockruff. And for me, I'm leading just the same as previously. Well, the last battle we've had anyways, with Uluru. She's a perfect lead for this Rockruff. And honestly, Nemona's whole team. You know, some things never change. And we have to start with the Sandstorm. And Rockruff is going to use Rock Throw. That's fine with me. Didn't really do a whole lot of damage, and we can hit back with a Bulldoze. And it's enough. Nice. Good work, Uluru. So, there's a large part of me that really hopes that her starter is last. Cool, it is. And we have to stay in command, but that's fine. I wanted to anyways. Her Pawmi's up next. And just like Rockruff, not the biggest fan of a Bulldoze. See you later, Pawmi. Her starter that she picked alongside us is up next. It's Florigato. Now, while I think Uluru would be a great Pokemon to fight Florigato with, a Terra Grass-type attack could do quite the number on her. So I'm going to play it safe and fall back to good old trusty Lilith. Lilith, Drain Punch. Let's get that HP back, and just in case the off-chance Poison Jab wouldn't have been enough to take it out, the last thing I want is to knock it into Overgrow. Because Overgrow, a critical hit, who knows what could happen from there, and that tops our HP off just like I wanted. Florigato would take a little bit more damage from our lovely Sandstorm that we love so very much, and this Poison Jab will be enough to take Nemona out. Nice work, Lilith. And of course, Uluru too. time for our third gym challenge versus Iono, the electric type master of the Levincia City Gym. And first up is her Wattrel. And for me, we're bringing back an old favorite. It's Judge. Let's do it, buddy. He is now evolved, she rather. And with the Eviolite, she's going to take drastically less damage. This thing's a tank. I want to bulk her up a little bit more with Iron Defense. Pluck. Okay, that's fine with me. You cannot eat my Eviolite. You only did 3 damage. It's going to be even less with this Iron Defense. I am majorly prepared for this fight as I have been. I'm a very cautious player. But honestly, I feel like I might be able to one-shot all of her Pokemon, barring Wattrel. But I'm not allowed to attack just yet. I'm going to have to summon the Sandstorm. And thanks to Judge's beautiful ability, Purifying Salt, I don't have to worry about paralysis from that Spark either. And the Sandstorm has been kicked up in the battlefield of Levincia. And it will only last for 5 turns, because, unfortunately, well, 4 turns now, but I don't have the Smooth Rock. I have the Eviolite, which is much more important. I have not been able to do this very much in this playthrough. Show this supercharged streamer what it means to really be supercharged with a nice Rock-type Terrestrialization. Spark does like 4 damage. Nice. Smack down, Judge. Bring down that hammer. Nice, it is enough. Good work, Judge. It's Belly Bolt. It's fine. I'm pretty sure it does have a Water-type attack, but with the Sandstorm raging on, yeah, Water Gun doesn't do a whole lot. And Body Press. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, no, that didn't do shit. All right. Change of plans. Come on back, Judge. I need your help, Fish. Let's roll. Belly Bolt can't do anything to Fish. At all. Thanks to Water Absorb and the Ground type. Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and use Yawn. And Belly Bolt will fall asleep in the following turn, which is really helpful. I can go ahead and summon the Sandstorm again with Fish. Now, based on how little Body Press did, I could see it living this. Nah, nice work, Fish. Good. And now we're going to see Luxio. Bite. Okay, I could flinch. Nice. Good work, Fish. And we will need another one of those, most likely. Yeah, I figured. I'll have to employ my backup strategy that I really didn't want to use, but she leaves me with no other choice. It's the safest route to take from here. Yeah, I'm just going to use Liquidation. If I'm able to, that is. Nice. Liquidation, Fish. And that's it for Luxio. Okay, so I'm about to be real funny here. Yeah, I'm about to be real funny. And I am aware that this Mismagius is going to Terrestrialize into the electric type, but I'm also aware that it only has 2 moves to damage me with, and that is Charge Beam and Hex. And unfortunately for her, I know she's going to have to use Hex if she wants to damage me this turn. Buckle your seatbelts, everyone. This fight's unlosable from here on out. It's our first time seeing our sparkly, shiny fella. You've got a ghost move and an electric move, and I have an immunity to both of them. This fight's as good as done. And it has to use either Confuse Ray or Hex here. And neither of them will damage John. I think you get the picture. And as Fish hits the field here, this is the 10th and final use of Charge Beam. So she only has 2 uses of Hex left. So now what I do is very important. I don't know how Fish would take a Hex. I mean, probably okay enough to use Sandstorm one time, but I don't know if I want to risk that. I'm also, not sure how much Struggle will end up doing. I know Judge takes half damage from Ghost-type attacks and with the Eviolite, so I am going to switch into Judge here. Can only use Hex. Yeah, nothing at all. And with 1 use of Hex remaining, we're going to summon the Sandstorm, so we can actually take this Mismagius out. Lilith has done plenty for us. Let's let Gus have some fun in the sand. Gus could best be described as an outdated version of Google Maps. One that says a bridge is still up ahead, when in fact it has been out for several years. I thought it'd be funny, he says, as you desperately try to clamber out of your car, rapidly flooding with water. Cinema, he says, as he does a 360, landing ever so slightly out of his north-facing position. Sahara might have her hands full with this one. Mismagius has no moves left it can use. Struggle. And Struggle will deal far more damage to Iono's Mismagius than it does to us. And with 1 perfectly placed Rock Slide, this fight is as good as done. With Iono defeated, Sahara receives her third gym badge, and soon after evolves Kate into Tinkatuff, and heads off to Kitakami to meet up with Kieran once again. Back on Kitakami, we have our third battle with Pokemon Trainer Kieran, here in the Paradise Barrens. And first up is his Yanma. He's changed up his lead, but he still has his Yanma, and I'm gonna bring Arya to lead this fight. Let's go for it. Sandstorm, Arya. We're faster than Yanma? What? That's crazy. I mean, really? Okay. Arya, Stone Axe. And that's it for Yanma. Most definitely. And we're gonna lay down some Stealth Rocks with it, which is really cool. I can't think of any better Pokemon on my team to call Arya back for than Fish. Let's roll. Use Trailblaze, Fish. I'm pretty sure Stomping Tantrum would be better, but I figured by using Trailblaze, Kieran would waste a turn using Haze. I was right, alright. And honestly, maybe I'm not right. Kieran used Water Pulse on me. I mean, I could be damp, you're right. I'm not. And next up is his newly caught Pokemon, his new ace in Diplin. Once again, I'm asking for your help, Lilith. Yep, I'm gonna get covered in syrup. That's lovely. That didn't do a whole lot. Did a little bit more than I would have liked, and it will lower my speed. Or does it do it in 3 turns? I don't remember. Or every turn for 3 turns, right. Am I still faster than Diplin? I'm not sure, but I'm gonna try. I am Ice Punch! And that's it for Diplin. Alright, cool. 1 Pokemon left. Now that I remember, this it does have Dig. So if I only have 1 turn left of Sandstorm, I'm not gonna be able to attack here. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna go for it. I got 1 turn left. Why not? Yeah, it did use Dig. I figured I could have got a jump on it by switching out, but if it used something else, then I would have just wasted that last turn. That's fine. The Sandstorm can wear off here. Dig won't do anything to Uluru, giving me a free switch to reset our lovely Sandstorm. And with her powerful acrobatics, our third battle with Kieran is done. Kieran is not handling the loss too well, so for the time being, Sahara goes back to Paldea to check out a star base she saw outside of Levincia. Inside the second Team Star base, the Shadar Squad's base versus Mela, the Fire-type leader of Team Star. And first up is her Torkoal. And for me, let's go, Fish, let's roll. So, this Torkoal has Drought, which is the first instance of something that I have to do if another weather condition is active. I'm not allowed to select any move other than Sandstorm if any other weather conditions are currently ongoing. Meaning, this is the first time I really need to summon the Sandstorm. I'm not allowed to do anything else. I just need to get this Torkoal off the field as fast as possible. Fish, Surf's Up. Not quite enough. Unfortunately, that is going to stall our turns of sand. Don't burn. Okay, great. Okay, Surf's Up, Fish. And that's it for Torkoal. This is the thing that I'm worried about. It has Overheat. And that's why I brought a team full of Fire Resist. And its signature move has a 30% chance to burn us. That's not great, especially considering most of my Pokemon are physical attackers. But I think Fish is still in a decent enough spot to attack, so I am going to go for Liquidation. Oh my god! I asked for even luck, not awesome luck! That's great! Overheat missing is incredible, and we lower its defense as well with Liquidation. Overheat, okay! Yeah, okay, nice. That did not do very much at all. And that was a critical hit. Oh my goodness. You're amazing for this. I thought this would be way harder. I was terrified for this fight. Oh, Screech. Oh my god, Mela. That's it for Mela. Reluctantly, Sahara decides to go back to Kitakami to check on Kieran, but it does not go as planned. look who it is again. It's our 4th battle with Pokemon Trainer Kieran here at the Loyalty Plaza in Kitakami. And first up is his lead like before, Yamna. And mine's the same as well with Arya. All right, yeah, the second verse, same as the first, I hope. I'm gonna go ahead and start us off with the Sandstorm. We're still faster than Yanma though, which is really nice. And with the Smooth Rock, 7 turns of Sandstorm will aid us in this fight. Let's hit it with a Stone Axe. And that Stealth Rock will also help us in this fight, hopefully. And next up is Cramorant. This is a new addition to his team. Not the only one, though. It is one that I am concerned about because it's awkward. Yeah, here comes Dive. It won't hit me because of Water Absorb, but does it still retrieve a missile? It does. All right, Liquidation. We're going to take a pretty big chunk of our health because of that Gulp Missile, but we did get the defense drop, which is really nice. That's going to hurt. Yeah, that sucks, and it does lower our defense as well. Cramorant is annoying, to say the least. I don't like the defense drop. Come on back, Fish. I need your help as always. Let's go, Lilith. Yeah, Pluck. Okay. Not too much damage. The Sandstorm will hurt it a little bit more. Not that it's necessary. I'm hopefully faster than Cramorant. I never thought about that. Probably. Yeah, Thunder Punch, Lilith. And that's it for Cramorant. And next up is Poliwhirl. Okay, that... not my favorite Pokemon to see right now. I really don't like that Poliwhirl came out next. That makes me think, since I know he has a Gligar, that this thing has some sort of fighting type attack. I am going to see what Kieran's up to here. I'm going to use Detect. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm good. I would really rather not. Come on back, Lilith. Let's roll, Fish. Brick. All right. Yeah, that's not doing much. All right, we're good. And the Sandstorm's going to subside. Fish has been my counter for Poliwhirl pretty much this entire time. So I'm just going to put up another Sandstorm, but this one will only last for 5 turns. And it's still just using Brick. Okay, I don't like the situation that we're in. Takedown E. Okay, yeah, we're taking some damage. But it's getting recoiled from that, which is helpful. Trailblaze, Fish. I don't think even with a critical hit it can take me out here. If I take it out, Dipplin will come in, which gives me a free switch back into Lilith. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I want to take it out now. How many turns do I have? I have 3. That is enough. Mud Shot. Okay, interesting. Because I raised my speed, I guess? I don't know. But thanks for dealing less damage to me than you would have otherwise. That's it for Poliwhirl. This is perfect. We know it's going to use a Grass-type attack. Last time, Lilith, I promise. Maybe. At least for this fight. Ice Punch. And that's it for Dipplin. All right. 1 Pokemon left. This is where the fights are starting to get a little more tricky. His final Pokemon is another new addition. It's Gligar. And the Sandstorm is gone. I'm guessing it's going to use Bulldoze. Finish this off for us, Uluru. Gligar, meet Gliscor. And Sandstorm doesn't do anything to his Gligar, but I have to do it anyways. You know, in a way, this is like Sahara mentoring Kieran, in a way, and his Gligar. You know, maybe next time we'll see him with a Gliscor of his very own. It's starting to get a bit uncomfortable. So back to Paldea it is, for another Titan battle. Having recently escaped from a lifetime of confinement in an offshore lab, Novice is desperate for adventure. He was used for his steam engine ability, which worked to power machines and projects for the scientists in their experiments. They actually managed to use the steam engine ability like Flame Body when connected to a boiler. They used this to run a hatchery for a while, running illegal experiments on the Steel-type Pokemon that were born. Here comes our next Titan. the lurking Steel Titan in the East Province Area 3. It's Earthworm. And for this, I'll be using Naviz, our Carcole, who we've not gotten to use yet. And Naviz is perfect for this because being a Steel-type, Earthworm is weak to ground. However, it's immune to ground thanks to its ability Earth Eater. So I need to hit it with a really strong special fire or fighting type move. And with Lilith not being here, the fighting moves are not exactly special with the Pokemon I have access to. But I do have Flamethrower, which is really nice. But I cannot use Flamethrower unless I summon a Sandstorm. And as you can see, Naviz doesn't have Sandstorm. So I'm going to take this turn to set up a Reflect instead. And it's using Iron Tail. Whoa, that did way more damage than I thought it would. I forgot to give the Eviolite. Okay, it is just using Iron Tail. I'm not a fan. Yeah, in that case, I need to switch out. Come on back, Naviz. Instead, I'm gonna let Gus do that. Yeah, it's gonna use Headbutt. That's fine. It'll take a little bit of damage. No, I have the Chesto Berry. I don't know why I thought you had the Rocky Helmet. Whatever. All right, Gus, summon a Sandstorm for us because Earthworm is stubborn and does not want to do it for us. Yeah, a little bit of difficulties here. Earthworm does have the move Sandstorm, and I was hoping it would use it for us. That's actually pretty decent. I thought it would do way less than that because of its massive defense. In that case, yeah, I'll just keep using Body Press. Yeah, things went a little south there, but that's it for the first phase. Thankfully, this time, I'm allowed to correct my little mistake, and I've got Arvin alongside me to help out. But instead, we're leading with Gus this time. I'm not gonna play around with this thing. Let's summon our own Sandstorm. And similarly to Claw, it trapped us in, but thankfully, I have Volt Switch to get Gus out of here. Alright, Naviz, Flamethrower. Wow, it actually lived. Alright, that's one way to end a Titan battle. Believe it or not, this guy was actually born in a lab somewhere offshore. Scientists were doing experiments on some Earthworm, illegally, and Drake was the first hatchling. However, they deemed him as crazy, which is where his nickname comes from. But he's actually incredibly intelligent, just severely misunderstood. Just keep him away from laboratories, or he might just freak out. Having defeated and captured Crazy Drake, Sahara prepares for her most difficult challenge yet. By evolving Bombina into Dreadnought and Skutlix into Toedscruel, it's time for her 4th gym challenge, one that makes even her Pokeballs tremble. It is time for our 4th gym challenge versus the water-type gym leader, Kofu, of the Cascarapa City Gym. And this gym is, frankly, a mindfuck for me. It's the water gym, but this city is right next to a desert. And there's a Sandstorm already summoned for me, which I don't know what to think. There's a huge benefit in the fact that there is an everlasting Sandstorm on this battlefield for me. I don't have to summon one to attack. That's great. But he's a water-type gym leader. Most of my Pokemon are weak to water. I'm leading with Bronzor. It is said, if you read what is written on Kingu's back, you will know the outcome of your Pokemon journey. However, most people chalk it up to a nonsensical folktale. Still noteworthy enough, however, to have earned Kingu the nickname, the Tablet of Destiny. It's a very supportive Pokemon, always helping local Pokemon out in the southern province. It can feel the energy of what is currently inscribed on its back at all times, and when it first saw Sahara, it knew this was the trainer to join forces with. Yeah, Kingu is here with the Eviolite and does not have Sandstorm. I have one Pokemon with Sandstorm because I've been waiting for one to rage on in Cascarapa for me. I have an odd strategy and I'm gonna commit fully. Let's do it, Kingu. Aqua Cutter. Nice. Good work, Kingu. Skill swap. So, you might be like, what are you doing? I'm gonna give it Heat Proof, which isn't the important thing. I'm gonna take its ability, Mold Breaker, away. That's what matters. I don't want it to have Mold Breaker because my entire strategy revolves around the fact that I do not want to be critically hit. And it has Aqua Cutter, which is a high crit rate move, and I think it has Slash as well. And I've got Bombina in the back with Shell Armor. Bombina, the Recluse, I need you to take the field. That does a lot of damage, but it's never going to crit me. I can take solace in that and set up an Iron Defense. And we are faster than Veluza. That's shocking to me. Holy crap, I never would have dreamed. It can never crit me thanks to Shell Armor. So I can maximize my defense since I took away its ability Mold Breaker, which would let it crit me through Shell Armor. And I can basically turn Bombina invincible in this fight. I hope. Yeah, here comes more Aqua Cutter, and the Sandstorm is still raging, as I love to see. I'm gonna use our next Iron Defense. That's number 3. That's +6. It cannot kill me. None of his physical moves can ever kill Bombina here. She is perfectly safe. Unless he has a Pokemon with a special move, which he does. I'm going to go ahead and... I'm going to play it really safe. And I'm going to use Rest. So, I gave Bombina a Lumberry. The reason for this was, I'm pretty sure one of his Pokemon does have Water Pulse. I think his Wugtrio does. I really don't want to get confused, and if I didn't need to rest early, the Lumberry could have saved me from that, but I just want to play it extremely safe here. Get to full HP. I'm at maximum defense, and hopefully this Crunch will take out Veluza. Nice work, Bombina. All right. That was a critical hit. How the tides have turned, Kofu. And next up is Wugtrio. This Wugtrio will definitely outspeed me. I don't know what it's gonna do, but I highly doubt it can deal 89 points of damage to Bombina. Water Pulse, there it is. Please don't do it. Yeah, Body Press. And that's it for Wugtrio. And Gooey will lower my speed, but I'll be real. This fight's as good as done. All right, here he goes. He's going to take his Ice Fighting type and make it a Water type. We are faster still, that's good to see. Body Press is not enough, and Rock Smash is hardly gonna do anything thanks to Shell Armor and Iron Defense. And that's it for Kofu. With Kofu defeated, Sahara has half of Paldea's available gym badges. And for a reward for helping out with Kofu, Kingu evolves into Bronzong, as well as Jean evolving into Ursaring. And the night just so happened to be a full moon. It's the third Team Star Boss, the Poison-type leader, Atticus of the Navi Squad's base. And first up is his Skuntank. Okay, let's go for it, Fish. Let's roll. Yeah, Fish has been excellent. I really enjoyed Fish. I think he's been excellent. And he's, once again, our Sandstormer for this fight. But I'm going to start off by using Yawn. And it's going to use Toxic. Okay, not a big fan of that. Basically puts Fish out of commission once his job here with the Sandstorm is done. Less than ideal, definitely, but Skuntank will be drowsy here and it will fall asleep the following turn. Okay, there's our Sandstorm with the Smooth Rock. Let's go, Uluru! And Skuntank stays asleep, which is lovely. I would prefer that it stays asleep at least one more turn while I use Swords Dance. It is nice, and we are faster than it, which is lovely to see. And the one Sandstorm won't be enough for his ace, I'm pretty sure anyways, but that's okay. I'm gonna have Uluru use Earthquake, and that's it for Skuntank. Alright, yeah, regular Revavroom, that's fine. It is 4 times weak to Earthquake, and we are faster. Let's go, Uluru, Earthquake! And that's it for Revavroom. Just not the one that will actually be a threat. Wait, it's raining in my Sandstorm. I'm pretty sure that's a passive background thing that doesn't interfere with my actual Sandstorm. At least I hope not. Next up's Muck. My Sandstorm should still be active here, but it's also raining. But my concern is when the Sandstorm does go down, I won't be able to put one back up because of the permanent random weather that spawned here in the Tag Tree Thicket. Hopefully it doesn't come down to that. And that's it for Muck. And now here comes the real Revavroom that is a concern. The Navi Starmobile. And it's gonna use Spin Out. Okay. That did not do anything. Okay. Wait, I thought that would do way more damage than that. Alright. Earthquake, Uluru. And it does well over half. Okay, yes, it is. Thank you for showing me that, the Navi Starmobile. And we're faster now because of Spin Out. That's it for Atticus. After defeating Atticus, Garbat evolves into Mudsdale, and Sahara heads back to Kitakami. And something strange is happening. A group of Pokemon called the Loyal Three suddenly appear. Perhaps it's time for Sahara to get a Loyal Three of her very own. Moneybags is a crafty local con artist, driven by gemstones. Pokemon start to delicately leave the room when he approaches. Often nodding off, it is quite easy to flee, but he will find you. Just when you feel safe, he will write you a poem, and it will cost you. This little hippopotas almost seemingly recognized Sahara. Kunlun locked eyes with her and knocked her a peepball out of her bag, capturing herself. Sahara knows the importance of a Sandstream Pokemon. She recalls her father used a male Hippowdon back in the day. Come to think of it, Sander caught his hippopotas in the Asado Desert as well. Perhaps this sister Pokemon can find prominence in the same way that Sahara's father and his Pokemon once did. Despite being given the title, the Lord of the Hills, Rajan quite fancies the indoors. He absolutely lost it when he first discovered carpet. He loves that stuff. But at his core, he's quite serious and old reliable for battle. Black Clouds nor Thunderbolts will stop him from using a sheer level of force that even Crazy Drake didn't want to mess with him. I mean, he has to impress the ladies back home. He's not an idiot. Time for the first of the Loyal Three, the Titanic Okie Dokie. So, let's use our new addition, one of them anyways, in our Carbink, Moneybags. Carbink is super bulky, and that paired with Charm to cripple Okie Dokie's attack, and to Reflect, paired with our Light Clay to bolster our own defenses, essentially will turn Moneybags invincible. This is complemented greatly with Rest to heal the little damage it does do when we need. And once we're ready to strike, we can send in one of our other new additions in Kunlun. Earth Power, Moneybags! Yeah, it's gonna take quite a few of those. You know, defense is Moneybags' strong suit, not attacking. But hey, it works! That's it for Titan Okie Dokie. Over next to the Wisteria Pond, we've got the second one of the Loyal Three, the Titanic Monkey Dory. Alright, it's guarding the Wellspring Mask, but this time I'm leading with Kunlun instead of Moneybags. We're gonna kick up a Sandstorm with Sandstream, and I'm gonna use Yawn. Alright, Kunlun, why not Terrestrialize? No reason not to. Earthquake! Not quite enough for Monkey Dory, but we did get that pesky Morpeko off the field, am I right? Carmine's nice support! The Howl and the Leer? Look at that! We didn't need it, but that's okay. Earthquake, Kunlun! That's it for Monkey Dory. After a trek through Oni Mountain, we found the final of the Loyal Three. Guarding the Hearthflame Mask, it's Fezandipity. Let's go, Kunlun! I better get used to saying let's go, Kunlun, because now that we have a Sandstream user, it's pretty cut and dry on who I need to lead with. I brought a third Pokemon that has not been seen yet as well. Let's go, Rajan! And it walls Fezandipity perfectly. So, Carmine, you remember the last fight where your Mightyena used Howl? That worked brilliantly. I don't think it's necessary for this fight. Yeah, thank you, Carmine. So -1 with the Leer, and +1 with the Howl. Terrestrializing into a steel type. Hit this thing with an iron head. Nice work, Rajan. That did so much damage. And thanks to the leftovers, Rajan didn't even receive a scratch. That's it for Pheasantipity. Back to Paldea she goes for her 5th gym challenge. And something's telling her this gym leader isn't too happy by Sahara's presence in particular. It's time for our 5th gym challenge here in Medali City versus Gym Leader Larry, the normal type gym leader. And first up is his Komala. I love Komala, it's so cool. Let's go Moneybags! Once again, I am using our Carbank Moneybags, and I'm excited to take Moneybags for a spin once again. I'm just gonna start this fight off with a Reflect. And it's going to try to make me be asleep as well with a Yawn, but it's not gonna get away with that. Reflect! Come on back, Moneybags! Let's go Scarlet, our shiny Sandaconda! Having stood out since birth, Scarlet has been known to take advantage of her beauty. She has a unique personality to captivate her enemies for just long enough to strike. And once she does, it's a mess. Sand everywhere. You'll be picking grains out of your shoes for months. She knows her value. She knows her rarity. And thankfully for Sahara, she can see hers as well. Take that slam, and summon a Sandstorm just the same with Sand Spit. That's all I wanted from Scarlet. Let's go, Bumbina the Recluse. Iron Defense, Bumbina. Just like against Kofu, we're getting to +6. Body Press, Bumbina. And that's it for Komala. I hate to tell this to Larry. A Dudunsparce is not going to change anything in this fight. All that remains is his ace, Staraptor. And Terrestrialization is not gonna cut it. And that's it for Gym Leader Larry. Nemona jumps us right after leaving Larry's gym. Good thing I thought that might happen, and I came a little prepared. It's time for our 3rd real fight against Pokemon Trainer Nemona here in Medali. And first up is her Lycanroc. That's gonna take advantage of the Sandstorm that we love to set, but Moneybags can hopefully alleviate some of that concern that it will bring. All right, Moneybags, start us off with a Reflect. We get that Light Clay Reflect up, and now I'm actually going to use Charm. Now, this will definitely neuter this Lycanroc. It will be doing far less damage. A Cell Rock, perfect. That'll do nothing to Scarlet, and we'll get a nice Sand Spit Sandstorm with the Smooth Rock. Just going to switch right on out into Uluru. Been such a consistent performer. I'm such a big fan of Gliscor, and this has been a fun Pokemon to use. Next up is a Goomy. Hit it with a physical move like Earthquake, and that's it for Goomy. Out comes her Palmo. Now you might think, wow, she's really easy. And then you see her starter she picked alongside us is fully evolved, and I gave her Meowscarada. This thing is brutal. It has Flower Trick, which will always critically hit. I do not want to deal with that. And because I have the Covert Cloak, I'm not one-shotting this thing with Acrobatics. You turn on out of here! It's going to obliterate Garbad. Flower Trick! 07 Garbad. And we hang on with a Focus Sash. Counter! And that's it for Meowscarada and Nemona. After the jump scare that was Nemona, Sahara could finally celebrate her 5th gym badge. But that celebration didn't last long. Kieran was waiting for her, ready to settle the score. Oh boy, it's time for the 5th and final battle with Pokemon Trainer Kieran here in the dreaded den in Kitakami. And this might be our hardest fight we've had to face yet. First up is his Shiftry, and I'm gonna lead with Kunlun. And yeah, this is him going all out. His team is full, a full 6v6. Thanks to Kunlun's Sandstream, we're gonna have a Sandstorm all ready to go. And I have a strategy that in theory should work. Come on back. Kieran, you're familiar with her. Let's go, Lilith. Bullet Seed, that's what I was worried about. I really wanted it to use Fake Out. Thanks to Lilith's ability Steadfast, we would have gotten a speed boost there, and that would have been really helpful moving forward with his team. But I am going to stick to the plan that I've already kind of crafted, and I'm going to start with a bulk up. This is going to raise her attack and defense, and we should be able to get back all the HP that Shiftry does to us with the Drain Punch. That's it for Shiftry. Next up is his ace, it's Poliwrath. I'm terrified for this! I'm guessing it's gonna use a fighting type attack on Lilith, and that is exactly why I brought our Houndstone George. George lives a life with a very traumatic past. He actually used to be a Stoutland, but he passed away when swarmed by a cluster of Joltik. He has very little memory of his life as a Stoutland. All he can remember is his name and his incredible traumatic fear of spider Pokemon. He carries around his love ball, the ball his former trainer used to capture him, hoping one day to reunite with him. That's awesome! It went for Belly Drum! This fight's as good as done, Kieran! Our Houndstone George is holding the Mirror Herb! It gave up half of its HP to maximize its attack stat. And you know what? We gave up no HP to maximize ours. Kieran has just signed his death certificate. Thanks to the Sandstorm, George is immune, of course, but it doubles his speed. We got rid of the largest threat. George needs to put in as much work as possible with these 3 turns of Sandstorm. Yeah, we do half. Okay. Nice. All right, that's it for Probo Pass. Yanmega. Okay. I'm only allowed to select an attacking move if a Sandstorm's active. Phantom Force won't complete before the Sandstorm fades, but I won't be selecting anything. This is a legal move. I'm going to use Phantom Force. That's it for Yanmega. And next up is Diplin. This is a problem. Okay, so the Sandstorm's gone. George does not have Sandstorm. George has to leave the battle right now. So the Sandstorm is gone. I'm going to have to switch into Kunlun and try. But it's probably going to use Syrup Bomb. I can either switch into Kunlun to try with Sandstream, or I can try to use the move with somebody else. I don't think these two want to do it. This is really problematic, actually. I'm glad I gave Arya the Assault Vest. Take the field, Arya! Dragon Breath. Yikes, I don't like that. That did way more than I thought, and it paralyzed me. Oh, no. I have to try. I tried. Yeah, I forgot. All right, Kieran, I need you to make a mistake on this turn. Kunlun, take the field. And the Sandstorm is kicked up. Okay. And here comes Syrup Bomb. Oh my god, Kunlun, you're the GOAT! You're insane! Oh my god! All right, we're back in this. Yeah. Dragon Breath would be terrible, but there's no reason it should use it. I need to think about the rest of his team, though. He still has a Gliscor. If I send Lilith in here and I get hit with a Syrup Bomb, her speed will be lowered for Gliscor. And I don't know if, like, we're weak to Gliscor. I don't know who else on my team could handle it. Yeah, I do. All right. Thank you, Kunlun. You are a dodge master. Thank you. I don't think it would have killed anyway, but better safe than sorry. Let's go back out, Lilith. Defense curl. Okay. Yeah. Nice work. All right. Kieran, thank you for that. I mean, the Syrup Bomb wouldn't do much. We've had this matchup before. Ice Punch, Lilith. Oh! The defense curl matters. Look at him. He's doing it again. He thinks. Look at him, he's stalling my Sandstorm! You monster! Ice Punch, Lilith. That's it for Diplin. And next up is Gliscor. I made fun of Kieran last time for having a Gligar, and our Gliscor ended up taking out his Gligar. And I was like, hopefully it'll come back next time as a Gliscor. I hope I do not eat those words. I was not allowed to bring my Gliscor. It passed the level limit in the last fight. I want to play this entirely safe. You know the word. Let's roll, fish. Yeah, no, like, no, Lilith would not have liked that very much, I'll be honest. Lilith would have been like, what are you doing? Why are you leaving me in against this? It's not very nice. Yeah, Fish, yawn. Let's go for Liquidation. Yeah, Liquidation. Nice work, Fish. Gliscor does not have Early Bird, and Kieran is not getting the metaphorical worm in Ogre Pond. And that's it for Kieran. We have had a lot of fun here on the island of Kitakami, and this is our final battle here versus Pokemon Trainer Carmine for the 3rd time, here at the Loyalty Plaza. And first up is her Mightyena. It helped us out a lot against the Loyal 3, but here it might pose a threat. Alright, Kunlun, do what you do best and summon that Sandstorm for us. Let's go, Uluru! Now, this Mightyena loved the move Howl against the Loyal 3, and it does it here again. Let's go! I love Carmine boosting my Pokemon stats for me, thanks to the Mirror Herb. And now that I have no item on Uluru, I will be dealing supreme damage with the good old Acrobatics. She is weaker than Kieran by quite a bit, as her ace, Sinistra, comes out and shows us. Her highest level is only level 35. So there is no level limit for this fight, and I really hate to say it to Carmine. She has 3 Pokemon left. There's 5 turns of Sandstorm. This fight's over. And as her final Pokemon, Leavanny, hits the field, our journey in Kitakami officially comes to an end. With Sahara bidding farewell to Kitakami, she heads back to Paldea, evolving Gambit into Corviknight, and Judge into Garganacl, all in preparations for her 6th gym challenge. But she has one other new trick up her sleeve. Swampy is the apex predator for frog Pokemon. She becomes a menace and will not calm down until they're dead. She came to the Paldea region for the sole reason of getting away from as many of them as possible. With only Tadbulb and Bellibolt residing here, she has a natural advantage to them, making it a sufficient location. She's not afraid of them or anything. If unsupervised, she's actually required to stay at least 100 miles away from any given trainer school. Alright, time for our 6th gym challenge versus the Ghost-type gym leader Rhyme here in the Montanavera City Gym. And first up is Banette and Mimikyu, because it's a double battle, and I'm leading with Kunlun and Swampy, a new addition to our team. We're gonna go ahead and kick up a Sandstorm with Sandstream thanks to Kunlun, and our Dark-type Crocodile is going to be a great help for this fight. There's a lot of variables at play in a double battle. That's why people love VGC so much. There are so many things that can happen each turn. I need to make the most of every single turn of this Sandstorm. So, let's start off by having Kunlun use Rock Slide, and I want Swampy to use Crunch on Banette. Oh yeah, and the audience can cheer for us, which can boost her stats as well as mine. Thankfully, it didn't boost her stats, and Crunch will take Banette out in a single shot. Nice work, Swampy. And our Moxie will boost our attack. And Mimikyu uses Slash on Kunlun. Nice, that didn't do too much. Rock Slide hits. That will break Mimikyu's disguise, which is really helpful. Yeah, I did nail that Pokemon's weakness. Are they going to cheer for me? They are. They're going to raise Kunlun's attack. Interesting. And special attack. Okay, that would be terrible if that happened to Rhyme's Pokemon. There's nothing I can do to prevent it. I wish it just didn't happen at all, but there's nothing I can do about that. All right, Kunlun, I'm going to have you use Earthquake. You might be like, that's crazy. You can't do that to poor Swampy. But Swampy can't stay in the battle anyways. Houndstone has the move Play Rough. Gambit will be immune to Kunlun's Earthquake, and with the Rocky Helmet, should take this Play Rough that's coming his way, or her way, really nice, and deal a little bit of damage back with the Rocky Helmet. And Slash will also deal some damage to Mimikyu, thanks to the Rocky Helmet. Nice work. And Kunlun's gonna use Earthquake. And thanks to the attack boost we got from the audience, we'll knock out Mimikyu. And next up is her ace, her final Pokemon, Toxtricity. And Kunlun's getting another attack boost, and Gambit's going to get one as well. I had a plan that didn't involve having either of these two stick around much longer in this fight. Do I stick with it? Because our Sandstorm is great, we love our sand, but Houndstone has Sand Rush, as we know from our Houndstone George. That thing's outspeeding everything on the field. I don't want it to do a whole lot to us here. Toxtricity will outspeed Kunlun. Do I play it safe this turn? I think I might. So I could just double protect. Pretty sure Toxtricity is going to use Discharge. It makes sense. Gambit's on the field. She could go Phantom Force Discharge, which would make her Houndstone immune to the Discharge, and then Discharge would just be a lot of damage to Gambit. I can't imagine Houndstone one-shotting either of my Pokemon here, so I'm going to take a risk, and I'm going to use Earthquake, and I'm going to have Gambit use Protect. Phantom Force, perfect. Okay, that will make Houndstone vanish, and did I call it correctly? It is using Discharge. I am perfectly safe right here, and that will only hit Toxtricity, but at +2 attack, it did a pretty good amount of damage. Okay. Okay, they cheered for Houndstone and Toxtricity. Not ideal. Oh my god, did they get an Omni boost? What? I think they got an Omni boost. Holy crap, okay. All right, I'm going to switch Kunlun for Judge, and I'm going to switch Gambit for Jean. Phantom Force does go to Jean. It does not connect. And Discharge will take out Houndstone for us. And Judge takes it like a champ. Oh, it did not take out Houndstone, but the Sandstorm won't. Yeah, you're right. I'm stupid. All right, that's fine. Judge ate that up like candy. There's nothing to be worried about. No, I'll play it safe. Wide Guard. Play rough into Judge. Nice work, Judge. And Hyper Voice is blocked by Wide Guard. And Jean is going to take that Houndstone out of here. That's it for Toxtricity and Rhyme. 6 gym badges already. And Sahara is ready to head over to Alfornada for her 7th. But as per usual, Nemona would prefer it if we used the battlefield against her first. Nemona sure loves to ambush us with our 4th real battle with her here in Alfornada before our 7th gym challenge. And this fight is going to be pretty much the same as it was in Medali. She pretty much has the exact same team. This fight should be pretty straightforward, but those are the ones that are always scary. Oh my god, that did a lot of damage. What? That wasn't a crit. What? Are we kidding? What in the hell is happening? That's bullshit. Okay, no reflect for us, I guess. Come on back, Moneybags. Let's go, Kunlun. Let's give it a speed boost while we're at it. The thing is insanely powerful, as is. Oh, great. Are you kidding me? That's incredible. Okay, I need you to hit, Kunlun. That's insane. What is going on here? Yawn! It hits, thank goodness. Okay, there's no way it does it again, right? I don't want to risk it, though. I'm gonna protect. I need you to stay the hell asleep, Lycanroc. I cannot afford Uluru to be sand attacked. Yeah, I'm gonna use Taunt. I need to get rid of Lycanroc immediately. Okay. And it is Sliggoo. Okay. So I don't have the facilities, being Sandstorm. Come on back, Uluru. Let's go for it, Lilith. You've got 1 turn to Ice Punch. Yeah, not quite. Yeah, that sucks. Dragon Pulse is fine. It won't take out Lilith here. But the Sandstorm is unfortunately going to subside. Not exactly what I want to see. Kick that Sandstorm up for us one more time, Kunlun. Yeah, and it's just going to keep using Dragon Pulse. That's fine. Dude, her Pokemon are, like, packing all of a sudden. What happened? And another Dragon Pulse. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't do much at all to Gambit, and the Sandstorm will take Sliggoo out this turn. Who better to do it than Uluru? Thunderwave. Okay, good thing we are immune. That would be very frustrating to deal with. I'm just going to triple check because I thought I was prepared. But apparently I wasn't. You have no item. That is very good. The Sandstorm is active. Swords Dance. Okay, Quick Attack is fine. That hardly does anything. And Swords Dance. We are slower than Palma, which sucks. I was thinking we would... Oh, no, it used Quick Attack. I'm stupid. Yeah. Listen, I might need to take a break after this one. Earthquake. Yeah, and it's going for Quick Attack again. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I wanted as much HP as possible for the Flower Trick that is going to inevitably come my way. There's the terrestrialization. You gotta take the flower trick, Uluru. This relies all on you. Okay, good work, Uluru. That's it for Nemona. Oh my god, scares me every time. It's time for our 7th gym challenge already! Here in Alfornata, it's Tulip, the Psychic-type gym leader of Paldea. And first up is her Farigiraf. She likes to keep her Pokemon nice, clean, and beautiful, and we're gonna get them covered in sand. Alright, I'm leading with Uluru, and she does not have Sandstorm. She has Taunt. I'm going to start off by taunting this Farigiraf. I think it has Light Screen and Reflect, and I don't want either going up in the next few turns. And she goes for Zen Headbutt instead. That's fine. She'll take a little bit of damage from Uluru's Rocky Helmet, and that's enough for Uluru. Let's go, Kunlun! I need your help summoning the beautiful Sandstorm that we all know and love. You're gonna get hit with Zen Headbutt yourself, and then you're gonna eject button on out of here. That uses up the eject button and lets us swap into Swampy with no problems whatsoever. So, we've got 4 turns of Sandstorm. And she has 4 Pokemon. Swampy only knows Crunch and Earthquake. Let's hope we can do it. Crunch! That's it for Farigiraf. Nice work, Swampy. Thanks to her ability, Moxie's gonna boost her attack. Next up's Gardevoir. So this is a Psychic type that's also part Fairy. Swampy does not like Fairy, but you know what? I don't think it matters. I'm gonna terrestrialize Swampy, and we're gonna hit it with an Earthquake. And Swampy's just gonna keep steamrolling with Moxie. That's it for Gardevoir. And out comes her Espathra. Oh, yeah, it is faster than us. I forgot. Psychic's going to hurt, and we did get rid of our immunity, but Crunch is going to take out Espathra. It's her final Pokemon, her Ace Florges. And this is a Fairy type. This would be pretty terrible for Swampy to go up against. It's a really strong special attacker with amazing special defense. But Swampy's attack is through the roof right now. And of course, she's going to make that Florges a beautiful, strong Psychic type. But it's very slow, and Swampy is not. Earthquake, Swampy! And that's it for Florges and Tulip. With only 1 gym badge remaining, Sahara wants to look into a rumor she heard from one of her Pokemon she's had for a really long time now, involving a strange Titan in the Asado Desert. Who spilled the tea, you ask? Oni Mountain will be getting a lot quieter with Zoe joining Sahara. She knows everything. She has all of the details about everybody that lives there. Sharing the fairy typing with a local Carbink, she gets along pretty well with it, trading gemstones for some of the latest hot news. But her time for a journey has come. The land of Paldea has plenty of fun stories and rumors to discover. And out in the middle of the Asado Desert, we have our 4th Titan, the Quaking Earth Titan, Great Tusk. Thankfully, we're in the Asado Desert, so a Sandstorm is already out for us. And I can Terra Zoe if I want, because of Magic Guard, but I don't think we need to. It's gonna Rapid Spinner, and it's not gonna do a whole lot of damage, but it will raise its speed, and we're gonna hit it with a Moonblast. And that's enough for Great Tusk Phase 1. Now, we're back at it after it got super powered up thanks to the Herba Mystica, and Arven's at our side, which he has been pretty helpful in these fights, at least in diverting attention away from my Pokemon. This time, I will terrestrialize Zoe, and we're just gonna hit it with a Moonblast. That does so much damage, that's crazy. Well, so much for being a desert. The Sandstorm has faded. Let's go, Uluru! And Razor Leaf from Arven takes it out anyways. Alright, good work, Arven. Brought here from the past, Toothpick is not entirely sure what to make of Paldea. Back home, Toothpick was the sheriff of its homeland. Losing out on all normalcy of its life is terrifying, but being quite curious, it hopes to make the most of it. The Pokeball thing definitely freaks Toothpick out a bit, but Sahara can give some routine in an unfamiliar world. At the peak of Glaciato Mountain, with no Nemona in sight, Sahara is ready for her 8th and final gym challenge. It's time for our 8th and final gym challenge here in the Paldea Region versus Gym Leader Grusha, the Ice-type gym leader of the Glaciato City Gym. And first up is her Frostmoth. His Frostmoth. My bad. Let's go Kunlun. Alright, a lot of people made that same mistake. This is our 8th and final gym challenge. We have not had a single death this entire adventure. Let's keep it that way. Come on back, Kunlun. I need your help, Bambina the Recluse. Fuck, I did not want to see Tailwind. That throws this plan I have haywire pretty quick. I was pretty certain Grusha would see a kill on Powdon, guaranteed with Blizzard. But now this changes things for me. I need you to use Protect. I want to stall that Tailwind as fast as I possibly can. I do not want his Pokemon having any extra speed on me, because that goes against everything I've planned for. Alright, yeah, Frostmoth's going to hit us with a Bug Buzz, and Bambina's going to go ahead and take a pseudo-emergency exit, thanks to the eject button. And that's for Arya to take the field. I've got a plan for a backup strategy. Alright, it's going to go for Blizzard, indeed. I know we'd take it thanks to the Sandstorm special defense boost, but I can't risk the fact that if it freezes me, it's just all over for us here. The Tailwind will peter out, and we still have 4 turns of Sandstorm remaining. Alright, Arya, hit this thing with a Stone Axe. And that's definitely it for Frostmoth, and it's gonna lay down some Stealth Rock. Next up, Say Titan. Hit this thing with the hardest Stone Axe you've got. Yes! Let's go, Arya! Okay, yeah, no, Stone Axe is a really weak attack, and Say Titan has a monstrous amount of HP. I was genuinely worried that wouldn't do it. Alright, next up is this Beartic. Do you, in fact, have Aqua Jet, pal? I guess not. Stone Axe. See you later, Beartic. And next up is his final Pokemon. It's his ace. It's Altaria. He turns the beautiful Altaria into an Ice-type. Grusha, give me my 8th and final badge. That is it for Altaria and Grusha. With Sahara having her 8th and final gym badge, she's quickly informed of the Pokemon League, home of the region's strongest trainers, including her father's good friend Hassel. But before she heads over there, she wants to make sure she's ready. And during training, she evolves Kate into Tinkaton and makes her way to the northern end of Paldea. It's time for our 4th fight against the Team Star boss versus Ortega, the Fairy-type master here of the Rukba Squad's base. And first up is Nezumarill, right? Alright, let's go Kingu. We're bringing back some old Pokemon we've been using, some Pokemon that have been very helpful in the past, and they're all gonna need to work together for Ortega here, because these Team Star fights are no joke. The Reverum vehicles that they use have some pretty nasty tricks, and I remember this fight being especially difficult. And this Azumarill is a great example of a fairy type that's not just about cuteness. It packs a punch. You could say it packs huge power, even. And I want to get rid of that immediately. And while Kingu's at it, I'll have him set up a Reflect. We're going to switch out Kingu for Bambina the Recluse. Bambina's got the eject button. It's just a nice tank to go ahead and pivot on into our great sand streaming Pokemon. And I'm going to now switch out Kunlun for Kate, our Tinkaton, our newly evolved Tinkaton. It's been a while since Kate has fought, and I need her more than ever right now. He wants to talk about how cool fairy types are, and they're not just about cuteness. That's what Kate is all about. And I'm gonna have Kate use Swords Dance, and Charm won't work thanks to the clear amulet I gave her. I really wanted to find a way to skill swap huge power onto Kate. Kate can learn skill swap, but it just wasn't as practical. I thought it would be really cool to have a huge power Tinkaton, but Swords Dance literally does the exact same thing, and as you'll hopefully not have to see later, her ability Own Tempo is actually really good for this fight. So now that we have Swords Danced, I have 5 turns of Sandstorm remaining. Yeah, I want you to Terrestrialize, because you can, because you'll be a Steel type. No longer Fairy, unfortunately for Ortega. But I need you to pull out the big guns, Kate. Gigaton Hammer! And that should definitely be it for Azumarill. And next up is his Dotsbun. But it's not going to be around for very long. Kate, Terra Blast! And that's it for Dotsbun. And now out comes one of my favorite fairy types, a Wigglytuff. Terra Blast, Kate! That's it for Wigglytuff. And here comes his ace. It's the Rukba Squad Starmobile. It's Revavroom. And Kate, it's been several turns since you've used Gigaton Hammer. I think we do it one more time. Can you take out this massive Starmobile in a single shot? You're faster! Oh my god, Kate! Gigaton Hammer, let's go! And that's it for Ortega. Yeah, let's go. Gigaton is so cool. And following our 8th and final gym challenge not long ago, it's time for our final fight against the Team Star boss. It's Aerie, the fighting type master of the Calf Squad's base. And this is a fight I have dreaded since I started this challenge. She's no joke. She has 5 really strong fighting types. And I have been concerned about how I was going to go about this for a long time. I'm pretty happy with the strategy I decided on, and it's going to be pretty similar to how we took down Ortega not long ago. And we brought back Kingu for this one yet again. And it's not for skill swap this time. I just want Kingu to put up a Reflect. Might as well throw down a Safeguard as well, as it uses Brick Break. Oh! Yeah, no, I didn't think about that. I didn't consider that. I'm going to go ahead and switch out Kingu. Let's go Garbad! You can take a Brick Break pretty nicely, because we're going to have the eject button. Take Garbad on out of here. A nice little pivot into our Sandstormer, as always. Bring that Sandstorm out for us, buddy. And Kunlun, that's all I want from you. Let's go Uluru, one of our most important teammates we've had on this journey thus far. Uluru, use Swords Dance. Oh, perfect, it's going for Sucker Punch. That makes it so we take a little bit less damage throughout all of this. We'll get a Swords Dance up, and since Uluru is not holding an item, Acrobatics will be really strong against her fighting type Pokemon. But I'm a little concerned. Yeah, we're not going to have the Sandstorm, I don't think. I'm going to commit to it, though. I am going to use a second Swords Dance, as it once again tries to use Sucker Punch. That's fine with me. Swords Dance, Uluru. Now, ideally, Aerie, you would just, be like, okay, I used Sucker Punch twice. I'm not going to go for it again. Yeah, that's okay. We'll take a Sucker Punch. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage. And Uluru's Acrobatics will take Toxicroak out. Nice work. And next up is her Annihilate. This is the first time I saw this Pokemon when I first played. It was quite the surprise. And so will this Acrobatics be for her. Here comes her Lucario. We are very familiar with Lucario, that's for sure. Earthquake, Uluru. And here comes another fighting type. It's Passimian. Acrobatics, Uluru. And here comes her ace. It's the Calf Starmobile. It's a fighting type Revavroom. And we still have one turn of Sandstorm left. Uluru, Acrobatics! And that's it for Aerie. And that's the end of Team Star. Upon leaving the Calf Squad's base, Sahara receives a phone call, asking her to visit the Naranja Academy before she takes on the Pokemon League. Keeping that in mind, she has one final loose end to tie up, so she heads out to Casaroya Lake for her final Titan battle. Something tells me that Dondozo just ate the final Titan. The false dragon Titan? Is Dondozo the false dragon? Is Tatsugiri the dragon? Who's the Titan? I know who I'm leading with, and it's Kingu. I've kind of developed a nice little strategy, some good synergy that works pretty well for these one-off fights. And Dondozo is no exception here. But I'm going to start this fight off with... yeah, we'll go with Reflect. And it is faster than us. Okay, Dondozo's pretty slow, but so are we. Don't paralyze us. Cool. Reflect, Kingu. That's going to be really helpful to get this fight started off. Just in case it continues to use Body Slam on the other Pokemon I have, I don't want them to get paralyzed. Yeah, Kingu, one more thing out of you. I want you to hit a metal sound. Come on back, Kingu. I need your help, Gambit. Water Pulse this time, okay? Also, the safeguard will protect us from confusion, which is helpful. Gambit's going to go ahead and eject on out of here into our lovely Kunlun, our Hippowdon, the sand streaming machine. Zoe, you're our star for this fight. Grass Knot! Yeah, see you later, Dondozo. That's the first phase down. Here they come, all powered up with the Herba Mystica. Order up. Okay, we don't like that. Kingu is going to take a little bit of damage from that. But it doesn't boost its stats like normal Dondozo and Tatsugiri, not in the Titan fight, thankfully. Greedent's going to miss with takedown, so I see this is not one of Arven's best Pokemon to use with me, apparently. I am going to continue to do it the exact same as before, just play it super safe. Order up to the Greedent this time. It's not really strong. The Reflect is super helpful for this fight. We'll go ahead and safeguard so we can't get confused or paralyzed from Water Pulse or Body Slam, respectively. You missed takedown twice in a row. Oh my god! Arven's Greedent missed takedown 3 times in a row! What? That's insane. That's pretty unbelievable, despite being 15% inaccurate. Like, oh my god, we got Aaron Cybertron Zang on our team. That's not good. Alright, let's go Gambit. You can use Metal Sound while we wait around for it to hit us. Get another -2 on Dondozo, which will be a great help for Zoe once she comes out. It's going to make Gambit take an emergency exit on out here. Into our sand streaming queen, Kunlun. And now, Kunlun, come on back for us. You've done your job as always. Let's go for it, Zoe. And Aqua Tail will land on Zoe. That's unfortunate. That wasn't a critical hit. That's pretty unbelievable. The Reflect is up, I'm pretty certain. That's crazy damage. I'm gonna have Zoe protect this turn just to get a little bit of healing thanks to the leftovers. I'm pretty sure this Grass Knot will be enough for Dondozo. Yeah, nice work, Zoe. But that is not it for this Titan battle. We took out Dondozo, but the true Dragon Titan is here. It's Tatsugiri. And the fight fully heals us, and it puts us back at the start. Our eject button's back. Everything is in order the way that it was when we fought the first 2 times. I see no reason to play this out any differently, except I don't need Reflect or Safeguard now. Let's just hit it with a Metal Sound, Kingu. I'm calling on you for help once more, Zoe. Let's go. An Icy Wind, okay. Trustalize for me, Zoe. Super power up your already powerful fairy-type attacks. Moonblast, Zoe! And with the Metal Sound, is it enough? It is. That's it for our 5th and final Titan. With the final Titan defeated, Arven asks her to stop by Pocopath's lab after she's taken on the Pokemon League. He'd like her to be at her strongest for something in particular, but if she isn't already there, this final roadblock will put her in her place. Oh boy, we have one final battle before we're meant to take on the Pokemon League. It's against our good friend Clive that helped out with Team Star, Director Clavel of the Naranja Academy here in Mesagosa. And this has been the most difficult fight I've had to prepare for thus far. He leads with a Rangaroo, and I've got a new catch in Bonetail, the Mandibuzz, to help out. The Fellhorn Gorge Pit Guardian Bonetail. For nearly 100 years, she has been the Gorge Elder, the voice of reason, and the spreader of wisdom to those who needed it most. The birth rate has declined over the last several years, however, and her time is running out. Upon meeting Sahara, she has decided it's time to finally evolve and have one final adventure, her swan song. I wanted to bring a large amount of Pokemon that have been very prevalent throughout this adventure, but I needed a little extra help, and especially with this Mandibuzz, because he has a full team of 6 Pokemon, and they are all level 60 and above. This is our final check before we can take on the Pokemon League. And he has a Pokemon that is a huge problem for our Sandstorm-loving friends. I'm confident in the strategy I have put together. Now all I have to do is see it through. All right, Bonetail, I need you to use Taunt on this Oranguru, and it can't use Yawn after the Taunt. Good work, Bonetail. All right, I need you to summon a Sandstorm for us, Bonetail. This is gonna be temporary. We don't have the Smooth Rock, we have the Leftovers, and it's gonna hit us with a Foul Play. This Sandstorm is temporary, because I'm hoping Bonetail is the perfect Pokemon to draw out one of his 5 Pokemon in the back. There's a specific one that I'm looking for, and it needs to come out as soon as possible. Alright, Bonetail, hit this thing with a Dark Pulse. That's pretty great damage. Oh, it was a critical hit, okay. That crit definitely mattered in the case of taking this thing out in 2 Dark Pulses. Not that it really matters, because it's dealing a very small amount of damage thanks to Foul Play based on our attack, and our attack is not good at all, so it's actually doing nothing after the Leftovers. The taunt will be shaken off, but that's okay. Dark Pulse will finish off Oranguru here. We love to toy with the weather. And next up is Abomasnow. That's exactly what I wanted to see. This was the problem in this fight. Planning around Snow Warning is terrifying. I have to summon a Sandstorm. I'm not allowed to do anything but summon a Sandstorm when another weather effect is going on. And the Pokemon that summon Sandstorm typically are pretty afraid of Abomasnow. Kunlun would not like Abomasnow, but Osseous, our Tyranitar, might. Osseous is better known as the skeletal matriarch of the Western Province. She has quietly observed and led her tribe for nearly 50 years. Up until now, she has purposefully not evolved as a way to hold back her strength, to help train the newborn Larvitar and young Pupitar of her tribe. But that tribe has fully grown up now, and it's time for her to find a new focus in life. And what do you know? Sahara showed up at just the perfect time. This one will last for 8 turns, as it tries to use Aurora Veil. I had a feeling it would do that, but in the off chance it went for Blizzard, Kunlun wouldn't have wanted to take that. Osseous would have been pretty safe, I feel like. Alright, now that Osseous is out, I'm going to want to take out Abomasnow as fast as possible. I need you to Terrestrialize. That's our Terrestrialization used up for this fight against Clavel here, but it's going to make us have a 100% accurate Rock-type move, which will be what we need to take Abomasnow out. Alright, here comes his Amoonguss. So, the next few turns are crucial. We only have 6 turns of Sandstorm remaining. I need every move I make to be perfectly executed. Come on back, Osseous. I need your help, Kingu, our Bronzong. And it tries to use Spore, but thanks to the safety goggles, Kingu is not affected by Spore. Kingu, I need you to put up a light screen for us. That's going to be great. I'm glad we're faster. I didn't think we would be. And light screen will make Hex do a little bit less damage, but it still did a lot. Okay, that was a critical hit. Good to know. We can take at least one more. All right, Kingu, skill swap. You've done this many times before. I need to eliminate all chances of bad luck and get rid of Effect Spore immediately. Safeguard, Kingu. Now it's not going to be able to use Spore. And it's going for another Hex, which we should take. Nice work, Kingu. Come on back. I need your help, Gambit. You're in charge now. And it's going for Hex again. Okay, cool. Yeah, that hardly does anything to Gambit thanks to the light screen. And Gambit's just a tank to begin with. All right, Gambit. Taunt. We're going to taunt this Amoonguss, so even after the safeguard is gone, it can't use Spore anymore. And that is all I need for Gambit. Possibly our most bright shining star on this team. Uluru is taking the field. It's going for another Hex. It did a decent amount of damage. It's definitely scary. All right, Uluru, I need you to use Swords Dance. Giga Drain does a good amount of damage. I don't like it. I'll be honest. Very scary. And with how many critical hits it's been getting... Ooh. Taunt's gone. Oh, shit. It's gonna use Spore. The taunt ran out. I miscounted. It was so few turns. I'm not allowed to attack. Sandstorm, Uluru. Come on, Giga Drain me, please. Shit. Not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. Because even if Uluru wakes up, we're not going to have enough Sandstorm remaining. I might need to fight with this Amoonguss. And I don't like that at all. Alright, we're fast asleep. Hex. Oh, right. Okay. Change of plans. God, Taunt wore off so quick. I needed just one more turn. And this fight would have been over. But I need to think of a way out of this. All hope is not lost yet. All hope is not lost yet. I might be able to get out of this. Okay. Come on back, Uluru. I need your help, Bonetail. In more ways than I thought I would. Hex. Okay. Yeah, no. Taunt wore off so much faster than I thought it would have. I thought I had that one extra turn. The swap, the Swords Dance, the Sandstorm. It wore off so much faster than I anticipated. It is not over yet. I'm gonna taunt Amoonguss. Again. It went for Toxic. Wow, okay. I wish it used Toxic on Uluru, because the fight would be over. And the saddest part is, Uluru was holding a Chesto Berry before this fight started. I took it off because I didn't want to have to use it up before I could attack. So, my route out of this fight is grim. I need to find a way to make it run out of Hex. If I can do that, I can get into Kingu, which would allow me to set up the light screen. It would allow me to safeguard, and I could put it to sleep. And then it would be a race to see if Uluru could wake up before Amoonguss did. The issue is Uluru is my route to win this fight. One Swords Dance and Acrobatics will destroy the whole team of his that remains. I know that. If Uluru can wake up before Amoonguss and use Rest, I think she will be able to win this fight for us. I need to stall out the power points of Hex, and I think I can do it. Bonetail hardly takes any damage from Amoonguss here. Yeah. This is gonna be a long one. I gotta buckle in. Alrighty, yeah, it's going to go for Giga Drain. I have not been keeping track on how many of these it has used, but I'm pretty sure it only has 10 of each. What I'm known for is knowing there's always a route out of any situation when it comes to locks. I know I can get myself out of this one. I know I can. I have the tools necessary to do it. Taunt, Bonetail. Just to reiterate where we're at, I need Amoonguss to no longer be able to use Giga Drain or Hex, but also not be blocked out of Spore and Toxic with Taunt to the point where it's using Struggle. Uh-oh. No, it is out. It's using Struggle. Okay, that's not good. It's actually good. Okay, it's already out of moves. Oh my goodness. Okay, it should regain its moves when the Taunt wears off next turn. But I'm worried he's gonna switch out. That would be a tragedy. Oh no, that would be very bad. So, what's my game plan? I would go into Kingu, I would use Safeguard, I would go into Osseous, and then I would immediately go to Uluru. I have to make my move now. I have to go for it. It's out of moves. It's struggling. I've been struggling. One of us is gonna come out on top. Come on back, Bonetail. Just don't switch out, please. Okay, good. It's using Struggle. It's damaging itself. Not good, but the taunt is gone. It can use Spore and Toxic again. Safeguard, Kingu. Yep, there goes the Spore. Okay. Safety Goggles protects us. We have 4 turns of Safeguard. I need to go into Uluru here. Now is my time. I don't need the Sandstorm yet. I need to get healed first. That is the most important thing. Uluru, hang in there. I need you to hang in there a little bit longer. I'm allowed to use Rest. It's a status move. Uluru, I need you to wake up. Here comes Spore. Uluru, rest! I know you just woke up, but you need to recover this HP. I felt so uneasy seeing you in red. Alright, we're back. I am going to expend 1 more sleep turn. And the Safeguard will wear off. Okay. Once again, Kingu, I need your help. Come on back, Uluru. Let's go, Kingu. I need you one final time. All right, Spore is protected by the safety goggles. Thank goodness for them. Safeguard, Kingu. All right. As long as Amoonguss does not run out of PP, we are in this, baby. Come on back, Kingu. Osseous, I need you one last time. Here comes the Sandstorm. It goes for Toxic, but the Safeguard protects Osseous. Oh god, the Amoonguss is gonna go down to Sandstorm, Uluru. Come on back, Osseous. Let's go, Uluru, just a little bit longer. It's a race against the sands. I can't have Amoonguss go down. Oh my god! Amoonguss! Hang in there, please! No! No! Next up's Houndoom. I gotta stay in, I gotta go for it! No! I did just a little too much damage. Uluru, I need you! You woke up! Swords Dance! I have to put it all on the line! Please. Uluru! Oh my god, please don't do it! Yes! No burn! Oh my goodness! The Safeguard, that's right! We clawed our way out from certain death! Uluru, acrobatics! And that's it for Houndoom! Oh my god. Next up's Poltergeist. Oh my god, Uluru! I will never give up! There is always a route out! Acrobatics! That's it for Poltergeist! Oh my god, we did it! And next up is his final... Oh no! Oh no! All of my strategy and planning went into the fact that this thing's part fighting! It's his ace, the starter, that was picked alongside Nimona and I. Quaquavel. Oh, fuck! Everything I did was reliant on this thing being a fighting type. He terrestrializes. Is one Swords Dance gonna be enough? Oh no! There's nothing I can do. I have to click it. I have to. Oh my god. Oh no, man. I have to believe in Uluru I don't take this lightly when I say I think Uluru has been our most impactful member that we have used in this adventure. I believe in her to take us home. Uluru! Acrobatics! Yes! Oh my god. Oh my god, it's over. We made it to the Pokemon League. And that, she did. Sahara approaches the Pokemon League for the very first time. But looking back on her journey, she accomplished what she set out to do. Become a great Sandstorm trainer like her father. She has obtained all 8 gym badges, defeated all 5 Titan Pokemon, and even cleared out all of the Team Star bases. And during this time, Sahara has captured 48 unique Pokemon who all love the sands as much as Sahara and Sander do. Of these 48 Pokemon, some weren't given a chance to shine, and others were given very important roles. In Sahara's mind, the Pokemon League is a true test of how far she has come, and for that, she wants to assemble a team of 6 that would make even her father proud. 6 Pokemon that have had a significant impact on her journey thus far. And exactly which 6 Pokemon will they be? I need your help, Bumbina the Recluse! Since meeting Sahara, Bumbina's world has grown so much. She's happy to take on the league. Once again, I'm asking for your help, Lilith. What a blessing Lilith was! Sahara would not be where she is today without having met Lilith. Uluru, take the field! Greatness was indeed found. Quite possibly Sahara's strongest Pokemon. Our sparkling star! Let's go, Jean! She's feeling 10 foot tall and bulletproof, and isn't about to let anyone stand in Sahara's way. Kunlun, summon that Sandstream for us! Sahara's family sure is special to Kunlun. Her Sandstream will follow her wherever she goes. I choose you, Arceus! She may be a new addition, but Sander instilled in Sahara the importance of a Sandstreamer. And as ready as she'll ever be, Sahara enters the Pokemon League for her greatest challenge yet. It's time for the first member of the Paldea Region's Pokemon League, Elite Four Rika, the Ground-type master of Paldea. First up is her Whiscash, and for us, we're leading with a good old reliable. Let's go, Kunlun! Summon this Sandstorm for us, which we love so much. And you know what? I think Rika and I would get along pretty well, since she likes the Sandstorm just as much. I crafted a team of 6 Pokemon to take down this Pokemon League. 6 Pokemon that have been on this journey with us and have made an impact in one way or another. All but one, anyways. Come on back, Kunlun. I need your help. It's Bumbina the Recluse. Let's go. And it's going for Muddy Water. Perfect. And it hits, which is what we wanted to see. And Bumbina is going to do what she does best. Switch on out with the eject button. We're bringing back an old favorite. It's Jean, our shiny Ursaluna. All right, Jean, I need you to use Trailblaze. Will it be enough? It is. Nice work, John. Let's go. We're getting a speed boost thanks to the Trailblaze, and we take out Whiscash in a single shot. Next up's Camerupt. Camerupt is a ground type, but it's also weak to ground, and it's a critical hit to boot. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure this Donphan has Sturdy, so we won't be taking it out in a single shot. I didn't even knock it down to Sturdy. That's fine. We take an Earthquake of our own, doing a decent amount to Jean, but we'll get a little bit of recovery thanks to the leftovers. Earthquake once more, and that's it for Donphan. And unfortunately for Rika, I just brought the better ground type this time. She's bringing a Dugtrio, and Dugtrio is a joke of a Pokemon. As much as I love the Rock, Ground, and Steel types, Dugtrio's got nothing on anything we've used. But for this turn, we do have 3 turns of Sandstorm remaining. I'm going to have Jean use Bulk Up. I feel pretty safe up against this Dugtrio, and it does have the ability Sand Veil, I'm guessing. So because of that, this Earthquake will hardly do anything. It's a Dugtrio. And because of Sand Veil, I want to make sure I can knock out Dugtrio in a single shot, because we're running out of Sandstorm. And I'm going to use Aerial Ace for that, so we don't miss. Nice work, Sean. Good work. Yeah, that's it for Doug Trio. And here comes our final Pokemon. It's our ace. It's a Clodsire. We used one of those a long time ago at the start of our adventure. Although, not really used Clodsire. We used the Wooper it came from. Oh. I'm not a fan of that. That changes things. We're out of Sandstorm now. Oh, no. That's not ideal. Okay, no, I didn't think about Protect. No, I did not think about Protect. Well, Jean's not allowed to do anything else now. I need your help again, Kunlun. Summon the Sandstorm back for us. Toxic. Okay, that's not terrible. I was worried it would be a water type attack. I'm just gonna switch back into Jean. I think it's gonna use Protect. Yes! Okay, perfect! We've salvaged it. Alright, so I'm not entirely sure Earthquake will take it out even if I do Terra, because we don't have the bulk up anymore. Oh, I'm not allowed to Terra. You're a normal type. That's right. I don't have a choice then. Let's hit it as hard as you can with an Earthquake, Jean. Okay, not enough. It just went for Toxic. All right, this fight's over. Thank God, Rika. That's one down. 3 to go. It's time for the second member of the Paldea Region Pokemon League versus Poppy of the Elite Four, the Steel-type Master. And first up is her Kaparaja. All right, we've used one of those a little bit. Let's go, Uluru. All right, Uluru, this is not your typical role, but I'm hoping you can fulfill it just the same as anyone else. I wanted to pack the 6 Pokemon I needed for every fight into this team. And that means Uluru is going to be subjected to a little bit of support work, if you will, by using Stealth Rock. Oh, it's going to do the same. Okay. You know what? I never actually, took that into consideration. Go ahead and take this Heavy Slam for us. That's all I'm going to need for you right now, Uluru. All right, let's go Bombina the Recluse. You have done this role many a time, and you're pretty good at it. Poppy has a lot of very strong steel types. We are familiar with them. They are not very good about defense. Iron defense, Bombina. I mean, they're not very good at getting through defense. High horsepower. Yeah, that does a lot of damage. I'm not a big fan, but it's never going to critically hit Bombina. And we're going to iron defense again. Get a third one up. That's maximum defense in front of this Kaparaja of Poppy's. Now from here, I'm going to have Bombina use Rest. And of course, just like back at Kofu's gym, we gave Bombina a Chesto Berry. And that's going to be great help because it's going to wake her up right away. This high horsepower, not so high. Pretty low horsepower if you ask me, Poppy. All right, before I can use Body Press, we need to summon a Sandstorm. 5 turns of Sandstorm we've got, and she's got 5 Pokemon. Body Press, Bombina. Next up is her Bronzong. We are very familiar with that. All right, Bombina, Body Press. That's it for Bronzong. Oh my God. Yeah, you're a strong little machine. I didn't think I'd use Dreadnought as much as I have, but I am impressed, Bombina. All right, next up's her Magnezone. That's why I had a Uluru use Stealth Rock at the beginning. I don't want Sturdy to be causing any issues for Bombina. Body Press once more. That's it for Magnezone. Corviknight as well is another Pokemon we're quite familiar with. Body Press, Bombina. And that's it for Corviknight. And the Sandstorm is going to go ahead and subside as her ace, Tinkaton, hits the field. Tinkaton has Mold Breaker. There is one foil to my plan here that I forgot about. Oh no. No. I'm so familiar with my Tinkaton having own tempo. It can, and it will crit through Bombina's Iron Defense, won't it? I mean, I would still be foolish to switch off of that one chance. Right? I'm gonna rely on Oh, I can attack? You're right, that's the whole point. I have to use the Sandstorm. Yeah. It's almost like every ace I fight is going to have something that I'm just not taking into account. when you have to prepare so many fights. I just don't know how I overlooked Mold Breaker. Because my ticket's on its own tempo. I have to believe in the fact that it's very unlikely that we get critically hit. I hate saying those words out loud, but I have to summon a Sandstorm. Oh no. To have strong defense. Your shell armor might be weak against this thing, but I need you to strengthen it as hard as you can anyways. Gigaton Hammer. Please, no. Oh, thank God. One critical hit, and I honestly think it might have done it. And that's it for Poppy. Oh, boy. It's time for the third member of the Paldea Region's Pokemon League versus Gym Leader Larry, now Elite Four Larry, the Flying type Master. And first up is Tropius. Alright, let's go Osseous. I hope this one will go a lot smoother than the first two, because I'm pretty sure I'm only gonna need Osseous for this. And from here, I'm going to want you to use Taunt. Yeah, taunt this Tropius. We love our weather control, and I'm not gonna let you do anything with the weather. No sunny day, Larry. Osseous, Dragon Dance. It's gonna boost our speed and our attack, as Tropius attempts to Dragon Pulse us. Interesting. Okay. Tropius learns Dragon Pulse? It's gotta be the first time everybody learned that. That's incredible. Yeah. Okay, Osseous, Terrestrialize. Terra Blast, Osseous, and it gives us a 100% accurate Rock-type attack. That's it for Tropius. Next up is his ace from his gym. It's Staraptor. Terra Blast, Osseous. That's it for Staraptor. Here comes Grusha's ace. Or, this is just Larry's Altaria. See you later, Altaria. Next up is Oricorio. Terra Blast, Osseous. That's it for Oricorio. Here's his final Pokemon. It's his Elite Four ace, Flamigo. He's turning this fighting bird into just a regular old bird. Osseous, do I need to repeat myself a fifth time? And that's it for Larry. Nice work, Osseous. It's time for the final member of Paldea's Pokemon League. The final member of the Elite Four. It's Hassel, the Dragon-type Master. And first up is a Noivern. Alright, let's go once again, Osseous. I'm going to attempt to do exactly the same thing I did to Larry. Yeah, Super Fang. Yikes, that's gonna be really, really scary. Okay, Dragon Dance, Osseous. Yeah, I want another Dragon Dance, so it is scary. Not a big fan of having half of my HP taken away immediately, but we're just going to commit. Dragon Dance, Osseous. Super Fang again. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, a little low, a little uncomfortable even. I have not seen, honestly, I've not seen a Pokemon of mine have that low of HP. I think ever in the entire playthrough, maybe once or twice, like Uluru, against Clive. Yeah, I'm going to Terrestrialize Osseous. Terra Blast, Osseous. That's it for Noivern. In comes a Dragalge, a very cool dragon type. Alright, this time, Osseous, use Dragon Claw. That's it for Dragalge. Oh no! Oh no! You're kidding me, no! 57 to 29. 57 to 29. I think I can take one more tick. Oh, God. That's so lame. No. There's been a wrench thrown in my plans every time. The poison point. I should have just used Terra Blast. I don't think it makes contact. Oh. Yeah. That poison damage is going to do 28 damage to Osseous, and there's no way around it. Dragon Claw, Osseous. I'm confident. Yes, okay. Osseous has a single hit point remaining as Flapple comes out. This is complicated, to say the least. We have 3 turns of Sandstorm remaining. And Osseous has a single point of damage left before she dies. Oh boy, what do I do here? I have a plan. It's not what I anticipated doing. I'll be honest. Unfortunately, it's Flapple, so I can't eject button from Bombina into Uluru. I don't want it to end up using Leech Seed. Leech Seed would not be ideal. Oh my God. No. Yeah, Leech Seed would be bad. Seed Bomb is... We're immune to Seed Bomb because of Bulletproof. I don't know how much that would end up mattering. You know? No, you don't have Swords... You don't have, Sandstorm. I have to make my move now, and I need to get into Uluru immediately. And Swords Dance up, and hopefully we can one-shot Excalibur in the back. Do I have any other option? I don't think I do. Alright, Osseous, you've got to come back. It's time for our rising star. Uluru, you need to save this fight for us. Seed Bomb is coming our way, and it does way more damage than I wanted to see. No matter how you look at it, there's 2 turns of Sandstorm left. It's going to either use Dragon Rush or Seed Bomb. I'm going to switch into Jean. Come on back, Uluru! Jean, I need your help. We need to salvage this immediately. Dragon Rush, yeah, okay. Not terrible at all. I'm not concerned about this. I don't need Jean to attack. I just need Jean to soak up as many hits as she possibly can until the Sandstorm goes down. And I want Hassel to see that he's not allowed to use Seed Bomb. Jean, bulk up. Leech Seed, yeah, there it is. That's not good at all. The Sandstorm will go down now. So, I want Jean to stick around at least one more turn. By doing this, I want to try to bait him into using Seed Bomb. He shouldn't know that I have Bulletproof. I want him to see it so he won't do it again. Bulk up, Jean. There it is. Okay, perfect. He should now be registered to know that he can't do that again. And that's good, because I don't want him doing that when I switch into Kunlun. That would be terrible. Kunlun, you have been an amazing help throughout this adventure, and I need you more than ever right now. Dragon Rush, and it missed. That couldn't be more perfectly timed for us. Come on back, Kunlun. All right, Lilith, I need you right now. I can't go anywhere now. I need Lilith to stay in, and that Leech Seed damage is less than desirable. I will be super honest with you. Yeah, there's not a whole lot I can do. I've got to have Lilith use bulk up. Dragon Rush hits. Okay. Very good. Very nice. Oh, man, I don't know how many bulk up I'm gonna need. Let's go for broke. Lilith, close combat. That's it for Flapple. We're going all out, baby. If we don't one-shot Excalibur, our first death will be happening right here and now. Lilith carried us through the beginning of this game. She cannot be our first to fall after all this time. Close combat! Yes! We made it. That's it for the Elite Four. Seeing the way she battled against the Elite Four, Hassel's reminded of his good friend. He now believes Sahara is capable enough to even enter Area Zero. Having never heard of such a place, Sahara quickly moves on to the task at hand. She meets the woman who replaced her father as champion, former Elite Four member Gita. Sahara's final hurdle to obtain a title once held by her father. It's time! for the champion, the top champion of the Paldea region, top champion Gita, at the Pokemon League northwest of Mesa Goza. And first up is her Espathra. And for us, it's going to be Osseous, our Tyranitar. But not in the same way I used Osseous for the previous 2 battles. I'm hoping I won't need to use Osseous in battle at all. Immediately withdraw Osseous. For Lilith, our Lucario. Let's go! You carried us through the beginning, and we need you more than ever right now. Dazzling Gleam's gonna hit, and it does a decent amount of damage. It's pretty concerning, I'll be honest. But I don't need this Espathra around any longer. Lilith, crunch! That's enough to take out Espathra. Here it comes, her Avalugg. Aura Sphere, Lilith! And that's it for Avalugg. Nice work. Lilith is taking some pretty rapid damage thanks to the Life Orb and the damage Espathra managed to do, as Go-Go comes in next. And Lilith, that's all I want from you right now. It's our star! It's Uluru! Let's go! And it goes for Bulk Up. That is exactly what I wanted to see. Uluru, we've done this before. Pop that Mirror Herb and take that Bulk Up for yourself. We're gonna get an attack and a defense boost thanks to that amazing Bulk Up and the Mirror Herb, of course. And now that Uluru no longer has an item, Acrobatics. And that's it for Go-Go. And in comes her Veluza. Such a cool Pokemon. I would love to use one of these one day. It's got Mold Breaker, but that's not a problem for me. And that's it for Veluza. Let's go. Yes, Uluru. Here comes her King Gambit. Such a powerful monstrosity with Supreme Overlord, gaining strength from the Fallen. It's a Pokemon I could use, but unfortunately, I don't let my Pokemon fall, Gita. You know what? I've played this entire adventure, and not a single Pokemon of mine has fallen, and it's gonna stay that way. Earthquake, Uluru. And that's it for King Gambit. And this top champion is already down to her final Pokemon. It's Glimora, another Pokemon that we could have used. Earthquake! And that's it for Gita! We've become the champion! And we've not had a single Pokemon fall this entire adventure! Sahara did it. She beat the Pokemon League. She's a champion, just like her father, and like her good friend Nemona, who of course shows up to congratulate her. The two promise to have one final battle, where they hold nothing back. But that will have to wait. Sahara made a promise to another friend first. She meets up with Arven at the Poco Laboratory. Just like Sahara, he's looking for someone. His mother. She works in Area Zero, the place Hassel mentioned, and he hasn't heard from her in a long time. However, Arven would like to have a battle with Sahara to make sure she's ready for what might await them there. Alright, it's time to battle against Arven! We worked alongside him taking down all of the Titans in the Path of Legend, and now, before we can head into Area Zero, we need to take him on 1 versus 1. And first up is his Greedent. It fought alongside us against Dondozo and Tatsugiri. And what better way to fight Arven than with the 3 Titan Pokemon that I'm allowed to capture? Let's lead with Crazy Drake, our Earthworm. This is the very same former Titan we battled with Arven long ago. And I've got 2 more of them that we were also allowed to capture. There's no more poetic way to fight than with these 3. Alright, Crazy Drake. I want you to use Iron Defense. Crazy Drake, Iron Defense one more time. And this might look like a classic strategy I've used a lot with Bombina in the past. And it kind of is, but I'm using all 3 of the Titans. This is not going to be a clean sweep with Crazy Drake. I want to take on Arven in a more satisfying, poetic way than that. Alright, Crazy Drake, summon a Sandstorm. Oh, yeah, right, no, yeah, okay, yeah, no, I knew that. Alright, yeah, Earthquake, yeah, we're immune to Earthquake thanks to Earth Eater. Crazy Drake, Body Press, and that should definitely be it for Greedent. And next up is his Scovillain, okay. This Scovillain helped us alongside Great Tusk, I'm pretty sure. Crazy Drake, Body Press one more time. It's gonna be Garganackle, okay, Drake, Body Press. And that's it for Garganackle. Nice work, Drake. Next up is Toedscruel. Alright, I'm gonna commit though. I need you to use Shed Tail. Let's go! Toothpick, the former Titan! It's the Great Tusk! The Sandstorm subsides. Yikes. Okay, I thought we had one more turn. That's bad. It tried to use Spore. The substitute blocked it, and now it's probably going to go for Power Whip. Yeah, I gotta change my strategy. Come on back, Toothpick. I made a little bit of a accounting error again. Let's go, Arya. All right, Arya, I need you to take some hits for me, pal. It did go for Earth Power. I'm glad I went to Arya. That would have been catastrophic if I went to Kingu. Okay, Power Whip could honestly kill Arya here, though. No, it's gonna go for Spore. It could be Power Whip. Help us out, George! It did go for Spore. Let's go! George is holding the safety goggles, meaning George is not gonna fall asleep. But you know who is gonna fall asleep? Toadscruel. George, yawn! We're gonna get this thing put to sleep, and hopefully we'll be able to salvage this fight from here. Come on back, George! I need your help again! Crazy Drake, the former Titan! Yeah, that hardly does anything to Drake. Let's go, buddy. And Toadscruel is going to take itself a nap. Alright, once again, Drake, summon a Sandstorm for us. Drake, shed your tail once again! I know you're gonna be really weak after that, but I'm hoping I'm not gonna need to see you again in this fight. Toothpick, the former Titan! Hopefully this time I didn't mess up. Close combat! And with the Life Orb, that's one dead Toadscruel. And out comes his Cloyster. Alright, 2 turns of Sandstorm remain. I could very easily finish this fight with Toothpick here. I am very aware of this. But it would not be a satisfying fight with Arven if I didn't let our final Titan shine. I need your help, Kingu, one of our best supporters. I need you right now in many ways as Cloyster puts up light screen. That is a perfect switch in for me. Skill swap. So I didn't actually plan on taking its ability, but I really want the Sandstorm to go away right now. The reason for that is I want Kingu to be able to summon a brand new one, and I don't know how much longer I'm going to have Kingu in the field here. I think I'm going to put up the Sandstorm now, as we take another liquidation. Okay, good, no crit. No defense drop, good. Sandstorm, Kingu! Okay. I have one chance to land this Hypnosis, otherwise things will be a little dicey. Liquidation! Come on, Kingu! Please! Hypnosis! Ah, that sucks. Okay. My strategy doesn't rely on it extremely. Yeah, no, we're just gonna have to commit without the Hypnosis. It's time for you, Shelob, the former Titan. It's Cloth! Liquidation! Oh my god! Okay! It crit! That sucks! We're gonna pop the Anger Shell. Time to terrestrialize, Cloth! Hit this Cloyster with a Terra Blast, Shelob! And that's it for Cloyster. I don't feel safe with Shelob one-shotting my boss stuff here. I just don't. I need your help once again. Toothpick, the former Titan. And he's going to terrestrialize his full recovered Mabostiff. Crunch. We should be able to take it. Yeah, that did hardly anything to Toothpick. And it was a critical hit. Oh my goodness, Arven. He won't leave me alone. Toothpick, close combat. And that's it for Arven. Arven's next words would send chills down Sahara's spine. You battled just like the man who sometimes works with my mother. Everything went blank. What did you say? The man who works with his mother in Area Zero battles only with a Sandstorm active. Sahara's mind immediately goes back to what Hassel said, and she starts to begin to connect the dots. If Arven's mother is missing as well, it's highly possible these two events are related. He just never knew that man was her father. Arven tells Sahara that Area Zero is very dangerous, and he'd be more confident if they had more help. Wasting no time, Sahara heads off to meet with Penny, bringing out one final new Pokemon. There's a gang that terrorizes the northern province, called the Eclipse. There are 2 different kinds of members, the wicked and the corrupted. Once a member goes corrupt, they become too dangerous and need to be executed. So being the strongest member of the Eclipse is a delicate balance of being the most wicked without descending to corruption. Nobunaga is dangerously close to corruption, so he decided to leave the gang and focus on keeping his sanity. before we can face off against Nemona in the town square, we have to take down Team Star's big boss once and for all. It's Cassiopeia, or Penny rather, and she loves evolutions. And we're gonna take a new Pokemon for a spin with Nobunaga. So, the reason I'm doing this is because most of my main stars are all higher level than her entire team thanks to taking on the Pokemon League. So I wanted to call on Nobunaga for a little bit of help. So we have a clear amulet preventing our attack from being lowered. Nobunaga, Swords Dance. Gonna raise our attack. You can probably see where this is going. We are very close to the end of this adventure, and I'm not going to take any risks from here on out. Now that a Sandstorm's kicked up, Nobunaga, Iron Head. That's it for Umbreon. Here comes Flareon. Sucker Punch. That's it for Flareon. In comes Vaporeon. I'm gonna go with Iron Head for this one. It's still enough. Nice work. Here's my personal favorite. It's Jolteon. Sucker Punch. That's 4 down, as our Sandstorm is likely to fall next. There it goes. Up next is Leafeon. Wow, it's faster than us. Exeggutor hits us a little bit. Get that Sandstorm back up for us, pal. In that case, Sucker Punch. And here comes her ace. Her final Pokemon. Her favorite evolution, I'm guessing. It's Sylveon. The favorite of many as well, I imagine. Did you not learn, Penny? I have a clear amulet. Nobunaga, Iron Head. And that's it for Sylveon and Penny of Team Star. Having shown Penny her strength and explaining the situation, she doesn't hesitate to join Sahara. She made a promise to Nemona to meet in the town square of Mesagoza for their ultimate battle. Sahara's final hurdle before she finally learns the truth of what happened to Sander. It's time for our 5th and final fight against our rival, our friend, and champion, Nemona, here in the center of Mesagoza, with everybody in the city watching us. And first up is her Lycanroc, and we're gonna lead with Uluru. Let's do this! Alright, Uluru, start us off with a taunt! And Lycanroc is going to attempt... No, it's just going for Stone Edge. All right, Uluru, you're going to have to take that. I used Taunt in preparation for a possible Stealth Rock. That would throw my entire strategy out the window. Come on back, Uluru. Let's go, Kunlun. You've been one of our greatest supporters. Kick up that Sandstream for us, baby. We've got a nice Sandstorm brewing. Let's go, Swampy. It's been a little while. Goes for Drill Run, which will do a lot less than Stone Edge did, as Lycanroc will shake off the taunt, and that's perfectly fine by us. Swampy. Uh-oh. Why are you slower? Earthquake, Swampy? What? I put so much work into making sure you would not be slower than Lycanroc. Here comes Pomo. Wait, if I'm slower than Lycanroc, how am I outspeeding Pomo? The sand! Oh my god, I'm an idiot! The Sandstorm! No! I'm a fool! No! Oh, fuck, man! You're kidding me! When am I gonna learn? Alright, Swampy. Earthquake! That's it for Pomo. I'm gonna have to change everything. Oh, man. Next up's Hergudra. Oh, man. Dragon Claw, Swampy. That's it for Gudra. Here comes a new edition of hers. It's Orthworm. Swampy, close combat. That's definitely it for Orthworm. Yeah, Swampy. Our defenses are gonna fall, but you're gonna be at +4 attack, which is crazy. And yet another new addition. It's Dudunsparce. Swampy, Earthquake. And that's it for Dudunsparce. And because of Moxie, Swampy is at +5 attack. But her ace is up next. It has been a pain in the rear this entire adventure. It's Meowscarada. And it's really fast. Oh, man. We've got one turn of Sandstorm remaining, and I know Swampy would take Meowscarada out in a single shot. But if Swampy doesn't outspeed Meowscarada, we're gonna have our first death. You're so fast, Swampy. I made certain that you would be fast. Yes! Close combat! That's it for Nemona! Oh my god, I did it. As it stands, Sahara is the strongest trainer in all of Paldea. Everybody was watching, and for those that knew Sander well, they most definitely saw him battle again today. Nemona especially was impressed. Both her and Sahara have found a friend for life. And for that reason, before Sahara even finished explaining, Nemona was ready for Area 0. Having absolutely zero idea of what to expect, Sahara looks back on the 30 Pokemon she used during her adventure, all with unique traits, stories, and goals. For the most important moment of her life, she needs to choose 6, her final team, to face down what her father was unable to.
Let's feel the pressure stepping over the line. Give it an extra little bit of a special little flick of the vibe. It's getting heated, now you're running behind. Don't stop, don't let them notice your moves aren't quite in time. 'Cause you don't wanna wait until you're 6 feet under. Face down, we're not kidding around. What's that sound? Your pride hitting the ground, and I've come too far to let them down. All in, we're all here for the scene. It seems that it's gonna be me. Walking away with my new crown, leaving you here, face down. The remnants of the ones who fell before make the ground that you fall on. So get set. It's an arms race. The wind takes us all on, and life's the pace. Get a little meaner. You can get in my face. Don't you mind me either? 'Cause I'm meaner than you will be. Face down, we're not kidding around. What's that sound? Your pride hitting the ground, and I've come too far to let them down. All in, we're all here for the scene. It seems that it's gonna be me, walking away with my new crown, leaving you here, face down.
It is time for the final battle. We have come so far. We have fought so many battles, and not a single Pokemon of ours has fallen. This is the last thing standing in our way. AI Sada has initiated a battle, and first up, in a Master Ball, is a Slitherwing. And I need your help, Kunlun, the Paldea champion. Let's do this! I have crafted a team of 6 that are made up of Pokemon that have impacted our adventure in a significant way. And I am going to use every single one of them in this fight in one way or another. I'm not setting up. I'm not sweeping. Everyone will have an impact in this fight. Or die trying! First up is Slitherwing. It's a bug fighting type. And Kunlun takes the field with a smooth rock, as always, to summon the Sandstream. Alright, Kunlun, for now, that is all I need you for. I need your help, Uluru, the Paldea champion! Let's go! And it's going for lunge. That would lower our attack, but thanks to Hyper Cutter, it's not going to. Uluru, acrobatics! And that's it for Slitherwing. Here comes a Scream Tail. That's all I want from you, Uluru. One Pokemon per fight. Let's go, Kate! Ice Punch. No freeze. All right, I did give a Lumberry just in case. Hit this thing with a Gigaton Hammer, Kate! And that's it for Scream Tail. In comes Brute Bonnet. Kate, you've taken a Pokemon out. That's it for you. Let's go, Aria! Earth Power. Nice work, Aria. Ooh, it hits us with Sucker Punch. Oh, wow, that did a lot of damage. It's gonna take a little bit of damage from the Rocky Helmet. Lunge, Aria. That's it for Brute Bonnet. Here comes Fluttermane. Such a powerful, overwhelming Pokemon. Let's go, Jean, the Paldea champion. Power Gem won't do anything to Jean in the Assault Fest. Jean, take this mystical fire for us and blast it back with an Earthquake. That's it for Fluttermane. We're doing it. Let's go. Only 2 left. As our Sandstorm's going to subside. Here comes one of the 2 Pokemon in the Paradox form that we're allowed to catch. But at this point, I didn't see a need. It's Sandy Shocks. The Sandstorm has subsided. Come on back, Jean. I need your help, but only for a moment. Uluru, let's go. It doesn't affect Uluru, and that's a move that I really don't want to hit the Pokemon that's fighting Sandy Shocks. Kunlun, let's go, Paldea champion. Power Gem is awesome to see. It hardly does anything to Kunlun. I was really worried it would go for Flash Cannon there, and if it dropped her special defense, I wouldn't feel comfortable with her fighting Sandy Shocks. But the Sandstorm has been reset. Kunlun's in a phenomenal position. It's her turn to take a Pokemon out. Earth Power is coming. It does a lot of damage. Earthquake, Kunlun! And that's it for Sandy Shocks. Let's go! 5 of my Pokemon have hit the field, and 5 of my Pokemon have dealt the killing blow to 5 of hers. And out comes AI Sada's final Pokemon. It's Roaring Moon! It's gonna activate its booster energy, boosting its attack stat with Protosynthesis. And that is all I'm gonna need from you right now, Kunlun. And what better way to finish this adventure than with a Pokemon that helped us start as strong as we possibly could have. I need your help, Lilith, the Paldea champion! And you float in the air with your air balloon, and Dragon Claw's gonna bust it. But you take that just fine. Lilith, I need you now more than I ever have. Close combat! And that's it for Sada! Let's fucking go! Yes! It turns out Professor Sada was doing research on Pokemon of the past, like Toothpick. Sander was fearful of the consequences that could come of this, so he became her assistant to try to put a stop to it. Unfortunately, however, it was too late. An altercation broke out between Paradox Pokemon, killing both Sada and Sander. Sada had an AI of herself put in place to put a stop to the experiments if things were to go wrong, but it remained dormant until Sahara and company arrived. Finally learning the truth, however terrible it may be, Sahara heads home to inform her mother of everything that happened on her journey. One thing is for sure, however, Sander's legacy will live on now, thanks to Sahara, for many years to come.